bit of mount board, yeah, you can go and put it on the chest of drawers as well.
That we started the show with. Yeah. It's a wonderful craft. In fact, we loved our show when we saw you before. It was Sandra, and Carol's getting ready to demonstrate now. But it's been months. We don't see you often enough, but it's been... So take advantage today. It's a very rare opportunity that we've managed to pin you down and get you here on a show.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll be back again a bit more this year. We had a bit of a quiet year last year, towards the end, so...
Good. So it's a good time to get into it, a good time to pick up this as a craft, this wonderful, wonderful craft of You Can Folk It with folk art. You can do it today with a big, big introductory saving as well of £15 off when you get the starter kit, step 2 and level 3, as well as your canal art booklet here, and you get all of the different bits, the elements of hardware too, like your MDF, the mount board, the trace down paper, as well as your DVD instructional discs too. So 3 of that, and it's such good value. 2 payments for £22.49 today. Don't forget to add on your delivery on the first payment there. It's 368524 to order now. Sandra, might I invite you back here to have a little look at some of these examples?
I think we need to have a look at, don't we?
This chest is just stunning.
Again, so this has been distressed, so it's just in the kits we teach you how to do the distressed finish, so you just take exactly the same principles from there and you can put it onto your furniture. So this has got the vintage rose on.
Yes, just there, yeah.
So again, when Carol will show you the demos how you transfer the pieces on, we do it the same onto the furniture. So this one has got the vintage rose on.
Okay, and hopefully we can see that if I move those two out of the way. You can see the bow. So
this one we've just put into like a garland as well, and then we've used a stencil. Okay. So again, so transferable to your furniture. And this was just a Christmas hamper.
Okay, recycled. Upcycled,
so everything is just recycled. So this was just an old Christmas hamper that we just thought that looks like it could do with a bit of paint on it. And that's the thing, you know, you start looking and think, oh, I could paint that, and that needs a bit of paint on, and you can go a little bit.
And before you know it, you've started a business for yourself as well, because you know well that there are people that have taken up their folk art with you guys and started their own websites and craft stores and
absolutely, we get so many photos of people that have got their own done their own craft stalls, and it's just full of folk art, which is amazing.
It's very saleable because it looks so professional and difficult to achieve, but because you're on the inside track and you're watching this show, you know it is achievable. So, but to those you're selling it to, then once you've upcycled something, they see something and think, oh wow, you know,
you know, it looks like you spent ages on it, but it actually comes together so quickly once you start learning the skill.
And luckily we've seen a couple of the other examples, like the miniature bucket here, and again, this is a low cost.
It's just a paper mache. I mean, you can pick up paper mache boxes everywhere.
Great to see this slightly larger bucket as well, and the tray as well in the foreground here.
So these are just also base coated with the chalky finish paint, which we've got on the show. So obviously this is onto wood, this is tin, and the chalky finish goes so well on just about any surface.
So whatever you're upcycling, don't stop, you know, just try and find whatever surface it is, it will almost certainly handle it. And I love the kettle as well, just behind you.
Yeah, this one, so that's the canal boat one.
Here we go.
So the black just really makes the colours pop as well, doesn't it?
That was the first thing I noticed today when I just had a little nosy at the set this morning. I thought, onto black, it really pops.
Yeah, and this is so on trend now as well.
Yeah, I mean, just as home decor artistic piece, that really does speak such volumes there. I can't believe that for such a small price comparatively today, you can get so much creativity and knowledge.
Knowledge, yeah.
You know, you pay a lot of money for a course, but to have the 3 discs there,
I mean, they're at least 2 hours long each DVD, so it's not just also the education. There's loads of hints and tips, and just all our knowledge that we've gained over the last 20 years, we've poured into these kits. So
it's amazing that they're available at such a small price comparatively, and you get so much with it. Oh, and also the really, really high quality paints as well. You've not scrimped and saved there.
No.
This is a good brand of paint that you have. Deco Art is a good name.
Yes.
So I can't wait to go see Carol and see what stuff we can glean, what knowledge we can glean from her now on the live show. It's all here on the discs, to be fair, but we'll see what we can do on the live show. Thank you so much, Sandra. We'll see you in a bit. But details are on the screen at the moment, 368524 to order. You can order via the website as well, hochanda.com, and you can see all the elements of the kits on there, as well as the paints, too, for your base coat finishes, there for preparing the surface before you go for it, your finishing waxes as well, and then your English canal boat vintage rose course. That gives you two very, very, very knowledgeable sort of elements there. That's available singly as well, but it's there in the bundle for you just on the far left-hand side. So yeah, Carol, brilliant. What's the drill? Where are we starting?
Well, I think we should start right at the beginning, just to, you know, put everybody's mind at rest that they do not have to be able to draw or have any previous painting experience to do this. So as well as the DVD instruction, you've also got these little instruction booklets as well. Take you step by step through everything that's on the DVD. And you get these little templates in there, and all you're going to do is you're going to just trace the template. The tracing paper's included in your starter kit, everything's in there, and then what we do is we transfer the template onto whatever we want to paint. So even if I was going to paint a piece of furniture, I would still do this. I would line it up like that where I want the design to go. And then I just use the transfer paper that's included in the kit. You get a sheet of white and a sheet of black for different coloured surfaces. And you're just going to use a little dotting tool to just mark over your pattern. And so this paper's got chalk on the back, so all it's going to do is just transfer it onto your project like that. So you've got an indication of where you're going to paint. So that's what I've done here on this board. So I've already started one. And then we're going to use the dotting tool. So no brushes at all to begin with. This just gets people used to using paint, because if I say paint to people, they just go, oh, no, I'm not going to be able to do it. So dotting tool, we shouldn't. I think we were just all scared to death at school. We were all told, you know, very, very few people were told that they were any good at art. And when people say to me, I don't think I'll be able to do it, they think they're in the minority, but they're not. They're actually in the majority. Most people are scared of paints. So we just place in dots on the line of this heart. So this dotting tool's got a large end and a small end.
Yeah, which you get in the starter kit,
yeah. And then we're going to put a dot of white. So the beauty of paint is this could be any two colours. You know, if your favourite colours are blue and white or pink and white.
So now you've spun your tool around.
And all we're going to do is we're going to stir those two colours together with the small end of the dotting tool. So effective, isn't it? Simple. Very therapeutic to do as well. Doable. And then we're going back to the large end. And in between these little roses, we're going to put some little hearts. And these are just done by putting two dots side by side, and we're just going to pull the paint into a little V shape.
Oh, suddenly you've got yourself a little heart.
And you've got a little heart. So we're going to fill in any gaps in between the roses.
Lovely colours that you've chosen in this kit.
We have, there's a lot of thought gone into the kits. You know, people might just you look and you think, oh, it's a very simple kit. It took us months to decide on the selection of the colours, and even we're amazed at how many different colours you can get just by mixing. You know, you've got pink and white there by mixing your red and white. You've got you add a little bit of black to the blue, and you've got a lovely dark blue. Mix the red and blue together, and you've got purple. It's amazing what you can do with just mixing your paints.
Very, very high quality deco art paints are included in your starter kit today. I'm calling it a starter kit because you get levels 1, 2 and 3. Officially the starter level kit is only level 1, but 2 and 3 are in there today to really get you kick started, and it's a brilliant price as well. Not surprisingly, a quarter of the stock has already gone, and congratulations if you're part of that.
So what I'm doing here is I'm just using the small end, and we start the dots right up next to the design. Then as the paint runs out, the dots just naturally get smaller. You don't have to do anything. Can you see it just creates that lovely effect as you're moving away from the design, so you get this nice sort of gradient effect. And it's as simple as that. This is simple enough for children to do, and a lovely, you know, lovely projects for sort of mothers and children, grandmas and children, granddads and children. And the thing with children is they start and suddenly they've thought of their own designs very quickly. So
because there is that freedom to,
and
to do it.
It gets you started really quickly. Then you get this little pot of glamour dust. This is just a very, very fine glitter that Deco Art make. They've put us a special little pot together for the kits so that people can just try, see how beautiful it is. And that just sticks to the wet paint. So you just leave that for, you know, 30 seconds and then just pop it off, and you've got this lovely
effect.
Beautiful iridescent sparkle. So as simple as that. And then in this starter kit, I actually teach you 3 designs. So that's what we call the dot rose design. And then we have the dot daisies, and those are along, again, similar sort of thing, just using the dotting tool. And here we're just going to put a blue centre and then 5 little white dots. It gives you a nice little
You've not done anything yet, Carol, that we all couldn't do ourselves,
it's
especially
so
with
simple.
The instructional DVD, but also if we're a visual and sort of a step-by-step learner as well, and we need to see it and read it and take our time to digest it. You got the booklet?
Yes.
So everything's there to guide you.
And in the DVD, I have absolutely ensured that, you know, I've gone from the very basics. So you don't need to know anything. I've pretty much assumed that you've landed from Mars and you've never seen paints before or brushes. And then we just make the other design, which would be perfect for Valentine's, is the Heart of Hearts, which is literally, so my paint's just dried up, which is just literally putting some hearts in a row.
What is the open time for the paint, like once you put it out? An hour or so or more?
It depends on the temperature of your room, really, and whether you've got any sort of fans blowing. If you had a fan, it would sort of dry the paints. They're acrylic paints, so they dry fairly quickly. But in the DVD, what I do is I teach you how to make this wet palette from an airtight container. So this has just got a sponge in the middle, and I've just wrapped it in greaseproof paper. And any this is a chocolate box, but any airtight container works the same. And you literally just put the lid on, and then the paints will stay workable in there for a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's brilliant. Then.
So then you
because
don't.
They're such high quality paints.
Yeah, you don't want to be. And we always put too much on his palette. I always. I mean, I've been painting over 20 years, and I still put too much paint out on my palette.
Because you only need a tiny bit.
Yeah,
so you put
just
out a tiny bit, and even that's too much.
Too much. So you put keep these, and that's workable. So sprinkle a little bit of glitter onto those.
The glamour dust there. And lifts it so well.
You've got
there we are.
Beautiful.
What a finish. Just grabbing onto the paint before
design.
it dries.
So that is literally the starter lesson. Also in the starter lesson, what I'm going to teach is how to do this distressed paint effect.
Using the wax from the tea light.
So we use the wax as a resist, basically. So you paint you paint your surface whatever colour. So in this case, we've painted it black. We put the candle on, use it as a resist, then we put a coat of white over the top, and just use a little bit of sandpaper to sand it back, and it gives you that lovely distressed effect.
It's so beautiful, that design. And this design is from level 1 as
that's just your first lesson.
So once you've got levels 1, 2 and 3 for just under £50, I can't believe this is such good value. And that's just a third of what you get.
And then I'm teaching you, in the DVD, I'm teaching you about painting onto different surfaces, so that you can then go off and paint your metal or your wood, your MDF, your mount board, whatever you want to paint. We've got you know, your step-by-step instruction in your first lesson so that you can do that.
Do you know what, Carol? It's probably a good time to show that video again, because you've just mentioned the different surfaces there and the different projects. So we'll play that now. I know you've got so much more to show us as well, haven't you? So we'll get ready for that next step of our little tutorial for our live show. Have a look at this video to see so many different ways you can use your folk art. Some lovely folk guitar music there as well for that. Very suitable. I'm glad we've given the dance music a rest for that last video. So yeah, so many different things we can use it for. Carol was demonstrating for us there, but lovely to see you again, Sandra, to talk us through exactly what we've got here. But also on that last video then, some of the imagery that we saw, I know I'm labouring the point a bit, but thoroughly doable, isn't it?
Absolutely. It really is. It is achievable. You know, so when you look at it, you think, I won't be able to do that. But following the tuition and following the instructions in the book, it is achievable. Anyone can do it.
And I've got a feeling you're going to tell me that it's going to take a remarkably short time, but once I've got my level 1 to 3 all unwrapped, and I've tucked into the level 1, I've got all of my starter materials out, how soon do you think I could have, I know we all want things really quickly these days, don't we, but how soon do you think I could have a result of something to look at and say, wow, I'm so glad I bought that?
Well, the dots, instantly.
Right.
Instantly. The brush strokes, it depends how much practice you're going to do. So yeah, it does take practice to do the brush strokes. Again, it is achievable, but that depends on how much practice you want to put in. So if you just sit down 15 minutes a night, glass of wine, you know, do your little brush strokes, and you could be doing that within a couple of weeks easily.
Yeah, you see, so lovely to know that you can get those results. Oh, and I think Connie, one of our producers, I think she invested in a kit.
I know quite a few
Emily,
people
our
have.
producer.
Quite a few people have. Every time we've come in, people are going, oh, look what I've done. I've done this, I've done that. So.
Yeah, so take that as inspiration, you know. So what do we get? In fact, to ask you that question here, Sandra, you get so much, don't you?
It is an absolutely fantastic bundle, especially this bundle, because we've included all the levels in it. So you've got your starter kit, level 1. Again, you're getting all your paints in there. So you've got 6 deco art paints. You're getting your little pot of gamma dust in there as well. Then you've got all your materials, your sponge for base coating. You've got your round brush and your liner brush, because this course, it's all about the round brush. Then you've got your dotting tool. You've got your projects, you've got your MDF heart, your mount board, your cards and your envelope. Yeah,
the mount board's there, the cards are here, and you've got your matching envelope.
And then you've got all your transfer paper that Carol was demoing with, your tracing paper. Everything you need is in the kit. Everything you have. And then each one, so you go on to level 2 and then level 3, and each of those have got their own projects in as well, which is the cards and the MDF hearts.
Okay, so they all come with their own instructional booklets, instructional DVD, 2 hours long roughly for each one of those.
For each one.
Yes, that's 6 hours worth of footage, you know, here, and here, and that's Carol taking us through it. Carol, who we're seeing demonstrating for us today.
So the value is...
It's phenomenal.
It is really good, isn't it?
I know, and we all know, because if we've bought a craft course, which I have, I've bought several, I know what I've paid for those. And I know whether me or my wife have enjoyed them, and we've learned a lot, and maybe on some we haven't learned so much, but to have it here on the disc, and you know you've got that, so 2 hours roughly on each one, that's 6 hours worth.
This is going to last you a long time. In fact, it's a life skill. It's like learning to ride a bike. It's that type of skill, learning to ride. Once you've learnt this, you don't forget it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a life skill as well.
Yeah, it's really well said there, Sandra, because once you do have that skill and you're making card toppers, or you're making decorations, or you're upcycling maybe milk, you know, milk jugs. In fact, if you stay there for us, Sandra, I'll bring the kettle here. Look at this. I love the kettle. Sorry to go for it again, but I do love it. It's on. I'm sure it's on the front of the canal art.
It is. Yeah. So
there on the front of the booklet.
This kettle was just a copper.
Okay, a copper kettle.
Yeah, so we've painted it black with the chalky finish paints. Yeah. And then we've put the design on, exactly the same way Carol showed you, tracing it, transferring that design on, and then just follow the steps and painted it in. So
it doesn't matter, I know this is a really obvious point, but you're not stopped by curved surfaces or anything, no. So when it comes to stamping or another type of craft, you have to sometimes think outside of the box. But with this, because you've got the freedom of the brush, you know, you're going onto multiple surfaces, whether it's horizontal, vertical or curved or whatever.
Absolutely.
What can I grab? The spoons look ace, actually. Yeah, I'm going to grab... In fact, I'll put each thing back, otherwise they'll all end up on the front desk here. But look at this. Oh, for a bit of kitchen home decor, we love it.
And that's really on trend at the moment now as well, the canal boats. You know, so yeah, it's great, isn't it?
I mean, that is so saleable, and we're only using levels 1 to 3 here, because I think I recognise that skill from level 3. Am I right in saying, for the roses?
That's right. Yeah, that's the roses. Yeah, and then you can see that dots. We use dots so much in folk art.
Do you know, look at that on the different... I mean, there's always a style. If there's a straight edge or a border as well, like there is on these spoons, there's a style or a skill then to employ on that. Yeah, I'm not surprised a third of the stock's gone. A lot of people are getting on this this wagon of the You Can Folk It.
Can we just show this one?
Yes, Sandra, yeah.
This is my favourite.
Stock, good choice.
So, this one...
look at this.
Again, it's done in a canal boat style, but we've just kept it to a red and green. But this bit here, you can see though we've just painted a little bit, so it looks like it's been wrapped around.
Surely that's hard to do, isn't it?
No,
I mean, especially up here. Look at the shape of the rose up there.
Yeah, so of course you're just going to put your, you know, your brush strokes here and here. So you're just looking. So when it's on the floor, it looks like it's like being wrapped in wrapping paper.
The look of the wrap. I think that's amazing. That, I mean, that is so saleable. Honestly, you know, if you are setting up your own online shop or a stall, it's doable, because Carol's taught us that, you know, building blocks and bite size, you get the basics. I think having these things on there brings people to your stall as well.
Yes, you're just attracted to it.
Look at this.
Yeah, and you can do that yourself.
Adorable. So yeah, looking at some of the other examples here, I mean, that tray looks phenomenal. Please never use this tray. You know, it's got to stay like that.
That's it. You can use it.
No,
again,
you're not. You're not allowed.
Oh, you're not allowed. Oh, right, okay, we're not allowed
no,
to.
you can. Could you varnish it though to protect it?
Yes.
Or would that, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So this has got clear wax on it.
Right. Okay. So it's usable and every day. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
jokes
definitely,
aside, because it's just when you look at something and you think, oh my gosh, you know, hours have been spent, you know, you wouldn't want to spoil a piece of artwork, but varnish to protect.
And then on this round plate here, again, we've just used a white and blue. So again, you're just using just whatever colours you want.
You see, going here with the monochrome, that's really effective.
It's striking, isn't it?
Yeah, striking is the word. And Sandra, if you just come back over and we can have a little look at this as well, for hangable, frameable pieces of art as well. It's all a really useful and applicable craft that you can apply to home decor artwork, card fronts, toppers, and three-dimensional art. Sandra, thank you so much. Is there anything you wanted to add?
No, I think we've covered that. Okay. I think everyone wants to go back and see Carol's demos, don't they?
Well, it's a half and half, honestly, Sandra, honestly, because it's important to see what we're getting here today. So much inspiration, but yes, as you say, Sandra, the how-to, we'll go and see Carol in a mo. The chalky finish paints that we've got for you as well, there are 2 options here, and as we work our way back to Carol, you've got the English canals as well as your option, with your different tones from the decor paints, the chalky finish there on the right-hand side, and that's 002578. Your other option is your French vintage. These are on a Freedom price of $23.74, including your delivery. So that's English canals and French vintage. You do get a lot in these paint pots too. $24.99 plus delivery if you're not with Freedom. And that's the Entente Cordiale, the English and the French joining forces there. We really should build a bridge between the two countries.
We should.
Not just talking metaphorically, I'm talking about an actual bridge. I think we should do that.
Or a tunnel.
Yeah, I think over and above the tunnel. Over and above, we've already got a tunnel. I think a bridge. If no one's said or thought of that yet, we're saying it now. We're saying it now. Hopefully, I'm the first person to ever say that.
Yeah,
so,
I'm sure.
You've got our next step that we're going for. Then,
Yes.
Carol.
So we've gone through step 1.
Yeah.
Showing everybody where they're going to start, and then. Once they've done that, they will be convinced that painting is really not as scary as they thought it was going to be, and then they're ready to move on to the brushes. So the brushes are already in the starter kit, and what I'm going to teach them in this lesson is how to do a comma stroke. Now, the comma stroke is the most common stroke in folk art. I think it's important to point out that obviously this is not something that we've created. It's been around for hundreds of years, just like the alphabet. So the comma stroke is a little bit like the letter A of the alphabet. We use it in nearly every design that we do, so that's why we're starting you off with this.
So it's a good foundation skill.
It's a good foundation.
Okay.
And I'll just bring my palette in, and in the DVD I assume that you've never seen paints and brushes before, and I explain exactly how you're going to load the brush. So what we do is we tap the paint into the centre of the brush so that we make sure that the whole brush is loaded, and we just finish off with a roll. Okay, so we just roll it between his thumb and his fingers, and that's loading the brush correctly. And then I'm going to teach how to do a comma stroke, and in the DVD what I get you to do is to draw little circles, my thing, like this, and imagine that you've got a clock in front of you. This is to start you off to just get the feel of what a comma stroke feels and looks like. 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You hold your brush almost pointing to the ceiling, but it's just slightly back towards the shoulder of the hand that you're using. And you place the brush down at 11 o'clock, okay? And then you lift the handle of the brush up towards the ceiling as you pull the brush towards 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's what you would do, and you would literally sit with some newspaper, whatever paper you've got, and just practice that over and over again. Now, that's the easiest way to start if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, what I get you to do is to start in the opposite hand. Yeah. I'm not ambidextrous, but actually I can, because I've demonstrated, I can just about do a comma stroke with my left hand. So what we do if you're left-handed is you start practicing the comma stroke, placing the brush at 1 o'clock. You lift the handle of the brush up towards the ceiling and pull towards 6 o'clock. So this really does demonstrate how much it is a skill and not a talent. It's a skill like riding a bike that you practice over and over.
Because obviously through demonstration you've practiced that with your left hand, so you've, in fact your left hand's better. You need to take a look at your life.
Exactly. Well, actually, the reason that I know that I got to do this is I used to teach in the spinal injuries ward in Sheffield.
Yeah, I remember you saying this.
And a lot of the patients actually had lost the use of the hand. So if they were right-handed, they'd lost more use of that, and they had to use the left-handed. So I'm teaching them to paint, and I thought, well, if they can do it, I'm trying to teach them, then I must be able to do it. So then I started and thought, yeah, you can, and it's actually the pressure on the brush as you put your brush down that gives you stability in your hand. So if you don't put that pressure, you tend to wobble all over, but as long as you understand that a comma stroke's done by pressing the brush right down and lifting up, it actually does give you that stability.
The shape comes from the pressure as much as the brush stroke. I remember you saying that.
That's right. So and then what we do is
really eye-opening.
We're teaching you how to do really clever techniques like tipping the brush. So literally all I'm doing is I'm scooping up a little bit of a second colour on the end of my brush. That's called tipping, and that's a really popular technique in decorative painting. Tipping.
Okay, so you've got a secondary colour on the tip.
Yeah, we do the brush strokes, and can you see I've got a lovely highlight on the end?
So effective,
And then all we're doing is we're just going to repeat that stroke over and over.
Again, it's how you load the brush. That's how you get in the shading. It's not through any skill of I can paint better than you, or I've trained for longer. You know, you load the brush with the two colours, and it naturally gives you that shade.
And it's actually the pressure, and this is why it's really important that you learn the comma stroke correctly to begin with, and learn that it is the pressure, because it's actually the pressure that allows these colours to come through the brush like that. So if you try and do a comma stroke shape without the pressure, you don't get that beautiful highlight. So what people who have maybe done like fine art, they tend to sort of want to do this.
Right.
Okay, so you couldn't get this effect by doing that.
It's a nice shape.
It's a nice shape, but it's not the skill.
Yeah, but
the skill is learning that you put the pressure on the brush and release the pressure. And then we just fill in the centre of that. And then we can add some little leaves around. I'll just change the colour.
It's so inspirational watching you, Carol, and knowing that it's open to all of us. You know, it's no wonder a third of the stock's gone. We're very, very busy, so don't forget to check out the show. And you're getting so much here too. And the levels 1, I mean, level 1 would be brilliant to be able to say, you know, we can offer you that today for perhaps the price on the screen. A lot of people might be happy, but level 1, 2, and 3 with a £15 saving is brilliant. Look at that result.
So a few little.
And we needn't worry about the actual placement as well, because we would normally trace down if we wanted to.
Yeah, you trace down, but you'd be surprised how quickly people start painting the designs without any designs, because you're just putting yourself a little indication. And in the DVDs, I do actually show you how to paint without using the designs, but the designs give you confidence. And if I'm painting on something, I always give a little indication of where I'm going to paint, even if I don't, you know, transfer the whole design. So
Carol, what are you doing now? This is a dotted daisy as well.
Yes.
This technique, isn't it? Yeah.
So remember, we started with little dot designs, and the reason we started with the little dot designs is because we do use, going forward, we then use them to fill in little areas of the design.
So when you become really well trained at it, you've done your levels 1, 2, 3, you're looking to move on to levels 4 and 5, you look at a design of your own making and think, oh, okay, which bits shall I add to and which areas shall I fill in?
Yeah, definitely. I think I believe that if this type of painting had been taught in schools, we would all be artists, because it's amazing how quickly.
Is that okay?
Oh yes. Yeah. It's amazing how quickly you start painting and then start thinking of your own little colour combinations, your own little designs. It just comes naturally. It's not something that people have to force. It just comes naturally.
It's just amazing what you're doing here, Carol. Yeah. It's a real service, and Sandra as well. The two of you with You Can Folk It. I've got a question as well. That's come through from Debbie. Thank you very much. Deborah, so I do apologise, Deborah. So Deborah has asked, she inspired, Deborah is, by the spoons, the wooden spoons.
Yes.
But she likes to keep them natural. So is there a product that both you and Sandra would recommend to maybe coat first to then go on, and so then the natural colour of the wood doesn't change, but you can still folk it on top?
So she doesn't need to put anything on before. You can just paint straight on with the paints.
Okay.
If you're just going to use them for decorative purposes, which I'm assuming you are, you don't really need to put anything on the top. They will be fine. The paints are good quality, they're permanent, they're not going to come off. But if you did want to add something, then just go over with either a varnish or the wax that we've got on the show.
Okay, and the paint's over the top of that if you wanted to, is that right? Or or would you do the paint onto the natural?
No, you do the paint onto the natural, so you don't need to do anything to prepare.
Okay.
You just paint the design straight on, and then if you wanted to use the wax on top or a varnish, you could, but you don't need to. If you're just going to display them like that, you really don't need to. The only time that I finish things with a wax or a varnish is if I'm going to use it a lot. So if I was going to sit on a stool, obviously it's going to get worn. And if you finish it with a varnish or a wax, that wax is going to come off first before the design.
So you've got the protective layer.
So you're giving it protection.
Yeah, okay. And the other question that's come through is about going on to fabric, and that's from Jacqueline. Can the techniques and the paints be used on fabric?
Yes, you can. So you can either add a fabric medium to the paints that's in the kits, which is just a clear liquid. You just add a little bit like that. Or Deco Art do actually do a fabric medium, fabric paint.
Yeah, I think we've got that on the Hochanda website. So maybe if you're adding to your order today, have a look. So the fabric medium, mix that in, and the instructions are on the bottle for that. And would that mean then washing and protecting and everything after that? You've got your fabric medium.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just the fabric medium is just going to help the paints to sink into and make it soft, because that's what you want. You want a nice soft effect.
Oh, Carol, that's brilliant. Thank you so much for everything. We'll let you rebook, because I know you've got a next step to what you want to show us on the live show. So we'll see in a minute. But yeah, on the show at the moment, we've got a little clip from the starter kit video. I say starter kit because you've got levels 1, 2 and 3. But here it is. As you can see, just a little bit of the imagery from the video. 368524 is your item number to order, and that's levels 1, 2 and 3, and that's usual price £59.97 with £15 off as a saving on your introductory price. You can even spread the cost as well, £44.99 or 2 payments of £22.49 if you want to go, or £44.97, sorry, to get the exact pennies right, or £22.99 to spread the cost over 2 months. Yeah, phone through. The technique that you're looking at right now is on the level 1, and that's onto one of the MDF hearts that's been painted with that just that preparatory layer of white. It's been distressed using the wax from the wax candle, the little tea light, and then as the painting continues, you can see those wonderful blooms taking shape on this, and that will be the final result on a card topper, particularly if you were doing that onto a piece of card or an MDF piece as was on the DVD. The DVD is roughly 2 hours long. Would that be an amazing price if you were getting everything here and a 2-hour long instructional DVD? I think it would be, wouldn't it? But you're actually getting 2 more instructional DVDs on level 2 and level 3 here across the board. You're even getting the fabulous respected name of the Deco Art paints there. Mix them with your fabric mediums if you want to use them with fabric. That was Jacqueline's question. But you can go onto card, onto mount board, and also onto MDF to get the results that you've seen on today's show. So if you want to create something, you know, like one of these wonderful mount board hearts or MDF hearts, it's doable. It's thoroughly achievable. That's like a work in progress. You'll be doing something like that within hours of opening the box for level 1, and people have started proper businesses here, you know, really good looking results of what you can make, and it's because it looks unachievable, but because we've broken it down into stages to prove that it is achievable. Guess what your customers are going to think when they're buying, you know, trays, kettles and all sorts that you've maybe upcycled here. If it looks unachievable and difficult, that's what the people that are buying your items are going to be thinking, wow, I don't know. But you know that you've done it step by step, and you know, Tash, my director, said something there. She said, yeah, you know, you've got something that's valuable to a customer in terms of the price they'll pay. And it's true, because it's all about perception, isn't it? Perceived value. If somebody sees something and thinks, oh, I can make a sandwich like that at home. But if you see his lovely, beautifully created sandwich, you think, oh, I'm going to buy that for £5.95. Anyway, you've got sandwich was the first thing I could think of. Sorry, Sandra. But you've got the whole kit here. You've got level 1, level 2, and level 3, all available with a £15 off. That's why last time we checked at the start of the show, it was about a quarter of the stock. Then it was a third of the stock. That was the last time we checked, around about 10 minutes ago. Now it's over 40% of the stock gone on this main bundle, which is phenomenal phenomenally busy out there, knowing what the good value is, you can't go wrong. 368-524 is your item number. Also, is it a giftable price point? I mean, I always think that £15–20 is officially giftable because that's what we maybe like to spend on friends and family. But if it's a really special gift that you're buying somebody today, maybe part of a retirement present or part of a big birthday present for a 21-year-old or a 30 or otherwise, right the way across the board, I think this could be a very, very, very giftable piece, this for a gift. So a giftable piece for a gift, there you go. You can tell I'm not scripted, can't you? And here's one of our booklets that you'll get here. This is the lovely vintage rose booklet, and this is the only element that we haven't really looked at properly yet. So this is from the level 3 kit today, and it takes you through step by step for tracing, transferring your design. You've got your templates to work with as well there in the centre. You can take those out if you want, and here is that building block element to the book. When you're building your blocks with your comma stroke, for example, you're making a rose, and then you're creating that lovely 19th century canal art style or French inspired style, whether you're doing folk art for cards, home decor, upcycling furniture, boxes or otherwise. And then there's the canal art booklet here too. This is the starting point, isn't it? A new year, January for a new year, and a new hobby, and a new business potentially. And I know, hands up, it's harder than it sounds. It's easy to say, oh, start a business, yeah. But other people have done it, so it's possible. Also, Sandra and Carol, they started from somewhere, and now look, you know. 368-524 is your item number. Here's what you're getting in the starter kit by itself. This is the level 1 starter kit. You've got your instructional DVD, the MDF heart. This is where you get the building blocks that you don't need in levels 2 and 3. So you've got your brushes, you've got your tea light as well for the wax distress technique. This is £24.99 on its own, which is brilliant. It's really good value if you just want level 1. However, the first flexi buy for your main bundle is actually less than that. Today it is available on a Freedom price too, £22.49 including delivery, and you get all your paints. So it is. Do you know what? Sometimes we show you a kit or an element of a bundle, and we say, you know, here it is, but don't get that. Get the bundle because the saving's so big. But do you know what? This is really good value if you just want the level 1 starter kit. 662-055. However, the saving is on the bigger bundle to get levels 2 and 3 as well. Oh, and the deco art paints that we've got for you as well, they're both options in front of us here, and do you know what, it doesn't matter sort of where you're starting or what you're wanting to achieve, Carol, does it? It's your style, isn't it, on which one you're choosing?
Yes, it is. And the chalky finish, I must say, are fantastic in terms that you can paint any surface.
Yeah. Metal,
glass, MDF, wood. So whatever you want to paint, straight from the jar onto your project, as long as it's clean and dry, you're ready to go. That's
your base coat that you're looking at there with your chalky finish.
Yeah.
2 lovely colours, classic, and then that lovely sort of sagey colour. And then you've got your acrylics. Here also, hang on, which one am I touching? They're the acrylics, those two. 002578 is your item number. But you do have choices. There's 2 choices here. You've got English canals or your French vintage. Normal price on them is £24.99 plus delivery. And then just to make sure I've got them round the right way for your English canals, that's English canals.
Yeah, so your English canals got your lovely deep navy blue, which is very traditional for canal boat painting. Yeah. And then your French vintage has got the lovely Victorian, which is a beautiful plummy colour that we can dilute with the everlasting to make some beautiful, like, different shades. And I think that's really important to point out, that they're totally intermixable. So people tend to look and they think, oh, I've got 3 colours and a wax there. They haven't. They've got so many colours, you know.
So yeah, each bundle is same item number. It's just a different choice, and you may want to go for both to keep you going for ages. And if you're upcycling big sort of items, then it's well worth it. So yeah, Carol, we've got just over 5 minutes.
Okay, so we'll go to level 3 now. So we've gone through level 1. We've looked at level 2. So you've done level 2. You're now really confident with your what the common stroke is about, and then we move on to doing something a little bit more challenging. So
by this point, we've watched 4 hours of instructional DVD.
And done lots of practice, because it's very therapeutic and people want to do it every day, and it's enjoyable. So by this time, and these two are actually the same lesson but with different colours. So for your canal boat, for example, canal boat roses are done in a very specific colour scheme. So the red roses are always painted on a brown-black background. The pink roses, white roses are always on a pink background, and the yellow are always on an orange background. So what I'll get you to do in the DVD is imagine that this circle is a little jigsaw, and what we're going to...
Sorry, I was just looking up to see what wobble.
What we're going to do is we're going to fill this little circle with comma strokes. So we start with 2 nice comma strokes around the circle, and then we just come just outside the circle and just put a comma stroke there. So can you see what I mean by a jigsaw? We're just trying to fill in the shape with comma strokes, because everybody ends up doing the comma strokes different sizes, different shapes, and so that's why I like to sort of get people to just fill it in as they like to, you know, as they can. And then what we do, we go back with the liner brush. So this is in the kit as well. It's exactly the same as the round brush, it's just a lot finer. And we're going to put in some little highlighted comma strokes. So all you're doing is mirroring the comma strokes that you've already put in there, just with a nice little highlight. And then we'll put some little yellow dots in the centre and highlight the leaves. So you can just see I'm just repeating the same stroke, comma stroke.
Yeah, as you said earlier on, you've got the foundation of the comma stroke, your building blocks.
Comma stroke, comma stroke. This is just put in the pressure, lift the pressure, pressure, lift the pressure.
Lift away, yeah. And don't get hung up on analysing every single brushstroke and think, oh my gosh, it's got to be exactly right. You know, you're then standing back looking at the finished result.
Yes.
Like painting at home, I guess. You know, if you get upset about every little bit and think, oh no, that, you know, but you don't forget your furniture's going to be up against it, or, you know, you're going to have a picture frame on it. But we judge ourselves, don't we, when we're even painting a wall, and we think, oh gosh, every little blemish, but it doesn't matter.
Really, and it is really just the fact that folk art is was the farmer's painting, it was the peasant's painting. They used it to make their furniture look better. And if you go and look in museums, there's some beautiful folk art, but it's not perfect. But the overall look, and actually I think you take some away of the charm away if you try to be too perfect, because it's not about perfection. It really isn't.
Do you know, there, Carol, I think with that last comment, just mentioning about the museums and going and seeing real-life folk art and appreciating that it's just done by normal people, like you and me, then it's not done by fine artists or whoever we can think of, whether it's, you know, Matisse, Van Gogh or whatever, you know, or Monet. It's people, regular working people that were making something out of nothing.
Nothing, that's right. I mean, they was trying to recreate the furniture of the gentry. And they made it up themselves. It was the art of the untrained artists. That's where it stems from. So to that last bastion of people thinking, I can't do that, that is it. That's the golden comment to say, yes, you can. Definitely can, but you've got to start. Right. You know, you cannot learn this by watching somebody. You have to get the brush in your hand and you have to try. What is there to lose? If you want to learn to paint, you just need to have a go. Carol, I'm going to ask you a question. I know the answer to this already, but what do I need to add to my collection once I've got what's on the left-hand side of the screen at the moment? I'm getting levels 1, 2 and 3. What else do I need to buy to get started? Nothing. nothing at all.
That's it.
You need a jam jar to put some water in and a plate to put some paints on and a bit of tissue, and that is it.
We've got just over a minute. What would you like to show us in that time?
Oh gosh,
you
in a minute.
Nothing. You can say that's too
I think
short
a minute might be a bit too short.
Okay,
I could show you the
finished examples. Then.
I could start painting the vintage rose. No, I'm not under any pressure.
Oh, okay,
but
go on.
the vintage rose, I think, is interesting to see that it's exactly the same as the canal boat, completely different look, but just changing the colours on the brush. And this gives you the French vintage type rose, which is just beautiful for furniture.
That's just lovely.
It is. It's just gorgeous, isn't it?
Carol. Sandra's come to join us as well.
Yes.
Again, thank you to both of you so much.
You're welcome.
I think
we love coming on just so we can show everyone and share it with everybody as well.
Yeah, well, we can't wait to see you again. I mean, it was too long. Forgive me for speaking out of turn, but it was too long since the last one. But, you know, we've got our reasons. You're busy people, you know. But hopefully it won't be several months next time that we see you. And we'll see you much sooner than that. So this is a good time to get into this, the craft of folking it with folk art, and something really historically quite significant. And the one thing we should probably take away, differ with me on this if you want, but the fact that it was done by everybody. You know, in the 19th century, it was everyone's craft.
It was the people's art.
The people's craft.
So we can do it. Yeah, anyone can do it.
Anyone.
And you've got levels 1, 2 and 3 to get hold of today on FlexiBuy for $22.49. Carol and Sandra, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, we're mixing it up with Indigo Blue coming up next. We've got Dyes by Sue Wilson on the Monday special with Julia after that. And Fabrics with the Mill Shop Online. Joe is bringing us that also. Don't forget to purchase your folk art You Can Folk It kit right now. So, Carol, I'll just allow you to just take a breather for a minute as well, and also Sandra just getting things ready off camera. We've got another few minutes between our next show here for you, so get that order in, you know, for the folk art. Let me just grab a couple of examples that you can see here behind me. Just anything that it might be. It might be a little piece of art that you're maybe hanging up. It might be some piece of home decor as well. So to look one by one, just to give you that little bit of inspiration here, you've got your wooden spoons. This could be something decorative, you know, in a kitchen potentially. It could be something that you're making to sell. It could be something that you're giving as a gift. But once you've invested in that folk art example, you know, this could be something that maybe somebody looks at every single day and just remembers that it's something that you've made, you've created. And in terms of gift buying and gift giving, you know, there is that potential to know that whatever you are giving, if it's a gift maybe to somebody that you normally spend £10 or £15 on, you know, this is something that it's just going to be in the family for so long, and it's going to be something that's going to be loved for many, many years. Thanks for watching. And that's just the kettle. You could see the wooden spoons there as well. We have the amazing coaster. I mean, that might be something that you could put a little bit of jute string on potentially. You know, once that's maybe attached, that could be a string of 3 maybe that are together. That hanging on a wall with 3 of these, just like this, would look absolutely beautiful. Yanis is in the studio. Yanis and Janice, the dynamic duo. I've spent the last 2 weeks thinking they're maybe the same person, but they're not, because they're both here at the same time. There's Janice. I thought it was a spelling mistake, but it's not. Janice is going to be up next with Yanis as well. And of course, indigo blue can mean only one thing. Kay is here in the building. Kay Halliwell-Sutton bringing you some amazing examples of what you can do, perhaps, with fabrics and paints coming up next. We'll see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Matt. It was like the show that would never end. I loved it. Now, I hope you're enjoying your morning with us. We've got a fantastic hour with the lovely Kay in Indigo Blue. Hello.
Hi.
Last time I saw you, it was a snow day.
Snow.
Do you remember?
We're doing Snow Angels.
You posted that great video. Good time.
That was good fun.
You're in for a real treat today because you're bringing us something stunning, Kay. As the only way to...
So pleased with these.
So talk us through what we're actually looking at.
Okay, so what we've done is we've taken our stamp designs, we've made them into beautiful, beautiful collages, and then we've had them printed onto this gorgeous, heavyweight, half Panama weave, 100% cotton.
You can feel the quality, beautiful designs, and so usable.
So this is a finished product.
Yeah.
I've actually painted it with our paints and our new Luscious.
Well, that is spectacular.
So you get them black and white, and then this is what you can make with them. And I have to say a huge, huge thank you to Jan Lee, who works with us, who made up all my samples here. So I did the painting, and she then turned them into a beautiful, beautiful cushion. And then we've got a gorgeous big bag, tote bag here, and a quilt as well.
Look at that.
So, yeah, she did a marvellous job. So thank you so much, Jan.
Jan, absolutely spectacular job. And
gorgeous,
it's a real
aren't they?
compliment to the designs that you're working with as well, because you've done so well. What we're going to do in a moment, we're just going to show you the different options. So you see them in their raw form, but even just in their basic, well, I said nothing basic about them, in their rawest form.
In black and white, they're gorgeous, actually. Yeah, I
but if you do want to add
them.
some colour and play around with your crafty goodies, they really lend themselves to that. Should we have a little wander over and have a look?
Yeah, let's have a look.
So you can see here, we're going to start with Becca. Now, there's a lovely story behind this. I know the actual illustration, it's hand-drawn by yourself.
It is, yes.
And inspired by a very special young lady.
My eldest daughter, our eldest daughter, Becca.
Oh, wow.
So it's inspired by a photograph that we have of her. And these are all images of our stamps.
Yeah.
And this collage is actually made by Rebecca herself.
Wow, so
she actually put it together.
She
yes,
has got her mum's eye, hasn't she?
She is very talented, actually.
Very, yeah. Now you can see that there. So £9.95 if you're a Freedom member. You're getting this half-metre printed fabric canvas panel, 100% cotton, half Panama. You can feel the quality. It's got that reassuring, luxurious weight to it.
It has.
Fantastic design. I mean,
it's really,
original
really
design.
Heavy, isn't it?
It is. I mean,
gorgeous.
That's important when you're incorporating.
Yeah, I had to
it
go for the best, didn't I? Out of all the cottons to choose from, I had to go for the very best.
But can you imagine? I just want to pause for a moment and just think, where are you going to use this fantastic design? Because you've got so much scope, so much potential. So whether you do want to incorporate it into a cushion, maybe you want to put it onto a quilt, maybe you want to put it onto a bag, you've got that scope. And it is such a beautiful, innovative design. Don't go... The thing is, you're able to make something that is individual.
Completely.
And then you can customise it further because it really lends itself to adding colour too.
I mean, you could actually upholster chairs with this because it's really, really nice and thick. So you could actually put, you know, those lovely dining room chairs.
Imagine that as a backing.
Yes, as a backing, or as the seat could.
Oh, they're all great. So again, you've put this together.
Yes.
Your wonderful stamps, which I really associate indigo blue for phenomenal stamps. But that is striking. Talk us about this one.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Green printed bags made for our secret retreats. So all the girls and boys that came on our secret retreat would get a little gift from us.
Wow.
But people loved them so much they wanted to buy them. And so we decided to actually print them onto these lovely fabrics, so you can make whatever you want with them. So they can go onto the front of an apron, they can go into a cushion or a wall hanging, and they're just so much fun to colour in as well. I absolutely adore doing it.
Okay, that is nothing short of spectacular. Absolutely beautiful.
I'm really, really pleased how they...
You really should, though. I'm saying that, and I honestly mean, I'm not just saying this for TV, I'm looking at this, And I know that sometimes the reason why I say that is because my friends watch me and they'll say, "Oh, you sound really enthusiastic about something. You just putting it on."
No, you are.
I never do.
Enthusiastic.
If I'm enthusiastic about something, it's genuinely because I absolutely love it, and we get to work with so many goodies. And whenever Kay visits us, she always brings something special. But what I would say, and I always say this whenever we have fabrics on the show, you can't actually, you can see the designs, but you can't tactile, you can't feel it, and it is such good quality.
It is lovely, isn't it? Really heavyweight, and everybody
Yeah.
who's come into the studio has been surprised at that when they've actually seen them and felt the quality of it. And it's pre-shrunk as well, so it's not going to shrink in the wash. You can wash it in the washing machine, 30 degrees, even after we've painted it as well with our paints. And it measures, it's a ½ metre piece, but you'll find that it's about 44-ish centimetres, something like that, so not quite ½ a metre. I mean, the width is, but this width is, but that may be 44.
Beautiful.
This one I made a mistake and I cut it too small. This one looks bigger because it's got the
panels at the side.
The edge of the fabric at the side. So these look bigger.
Right.
Well, they are because
they're
they've
all
got the
the
extra.
same size.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on, we've got, so that's Elizabeth. We had a look at Becca, and now we're on to Jane. I love Jane. Love Jane. Now, you might already know Jane because the first time I was introduced to Jane was your beautiful stamp.
That's right.
And then your apron. I remember Jane. So I know Jane very well. Now, this has been selling even before we went live. We're actually approaching 1/3 of the stock on here. Look, I'll be honest with you, we're 4 minutes into the show. 1/3 of the stock has gone. Now, you can do the maths. There's a real chance this will not be around by the end of the hour. What I
thought we'd have enough because we're only doing 2 hours today, 12 and 4, so I really thought we had enough.
Never enough. We always want more of you. Do you know what I love about Jane is the eyes. They're haunting and very evocative.
Beautiful, aren't they? They're so full of soul.
Thoughtful, that's the best. And they do say that eyes are the window to the soul. That is just a fantastic. And your stamps around as well.
And look at the detail you get. That's what I really love about the way this is produced. That the detail that you've been able to get from our original stamps is incredible. I'm so thrilled.
I'm thinking if you added some embroidery work onto there, or free motion with some threads.
Absolutely. I didn't actually have time to do any embroidery, but I think I will go back and do a little bit on it.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be gorgeous, wouldn't it? Absolutely.
You've got 3 of the most beautiful panels here, and I really do mean that. The quality that you're getting here, half Panama, 100% cotton. Now, we are extremely busy. If you are stuck in the queues at the moment, I apologise. So we say the fastest way to order is on our website, hochanda.com. Now, we do have another option. You can get all 3 for $27.99. So you're getting a saving there as well if you are going for the complete collection. Let's just say, and this is what I'd be thinking, if you did want to use them to quarter them as front panels for cushions, they work so well together. You're saving £7.98, get the complete collection. So whether you want to use them together or they're strong enough to stand alone, that is just a great option for a great price. So get that while it's around. OK, now, before we do get to our demonstration, we do have some new pigments. You gave a hint about this last time we were on together, Kay.
I did. So this is the first of the new releases, actually.
Talk us through this.
So these are the new releases.
Can I help you out here? If I hold them, then you can talk about them.
So our very famous Luscious range, which people adore. We have got the most gorgeous colours. This one here, this lovely green with a gold hint to it, is beautiful. This is a mermaid's tail, and it really does look like it when you use it. This one, I'm going to shoot over to this one here. This is our unicorn tears. Which is a beautiful soft pink, and it's the duotone as well. Now this one's very special because this is the Pantone colour for 2018, which is an ultraviolet. So that is really beautiful. So
what makes the Luscious so special? So anyone who's not used them before?
They are a ground pigment. So it's ground up pigment mixed with a mica, which gives it that shimmer, and it's also mixed with a binder as well, so it will stick to the surface it's used on.
Can I open one of the tops?
Absolutely, yeah, I'll just hold those.
Thanks. Just I want to show you why.
Now, normally you would get about 5 mil in a pot for about £5, but we've given you 25 mil because I want you to use it to do lots of things. So you can mix it with water to make a watercolour, mix it with clay to colour your clay, mix it with your wow embossing powder to colour it.
It's so versatile as a medium.
It is incredibly versatile. I use it with the thick Slap-It-On and it makes the most beautiful coloured texture paste.
Oh, and I've seen that.
Yes.
Kay just touched on something, and as crafters, this is a really important point. So normally, and I've seen this, normally you would just get 5 mil, but very generous. I mean, the size of the pots, 20 to 25 mil per pot. Incredible value for incredible pigments. Ground pigments, when you see them in action, you realise why they're so special. We've got brand new colourways. You can get them part of our pick and mix. Should we just go through a few of the other colours?
That's right, because these are all back in stock now, because they always tend to sell out every time we bring them on, unfortunately. So we've got some beautiful colours for you now.
That blue.
That lovely blue.
Oh, okay.
Buttercup is back in stock.
A bit of a wiggle so we can just really appreciate. Look, you can just appreciate the quality of the pigment.
The lovely shimmer is gorgeous.
Such a
Buttercup is back in stock. That flies out every time. So I'm going to demonstrate with that today.
Okay.
We have the bronze, lovely, one of the first of the metallics there. Then we go on to the coral, a favourite of mine. That's a soft coral, beautiful sort of salmony coral colour. We're going down now to the green. And we've got a few greens, and of course we've got that new one we've just released today. We go across to another of the metallics, which is that beautiful warm gold. It's a lovely yellow gold.
The depth of colour that you're getting.
Yeah, it's a real sort of 18-carat gold, that, isn't it?
That's a great description.
And then we go on to the crushed velvet, which is a lovely purple.
Some of them are duotone as well.
They are, yes. And the three new ones are duotone. Then we go on to the clockwork heart, which is a lovely, soft ruby red.
Yeah, velvety.
And it's velvety, it's gorgeous. And then a huge favourite, which is lavender here, which is a lovely blue duotone of lavender and blue. We go across to the lawn, which is a yellow green, which is a beautiful soft green. The next one is one of my favourites, which is orange, but it's more like a soft mango colour.
Yeah, I see that.
Really beautiful. And then onto another metallic, which is Penny Dreadful.
Great name.
Lovely copper.
Great name.
Down we go to our raspberry, which is a really luscious colour. And across to our traditional purple, which is just a pure, strong, beautiful purple. One of my favourites, Poseidon Blue, which is in between the blue and the teal. So this is sort of halfway between, a beautiful colour. Onto favourite Pink, which again is a duotone. That's a lovely blue pink. Down we go to our Steampunk Lilac. And then across to our Rose. Such a lovely rich rose. Silver Metallic. Very, very popular. I'm going to use that today, I think. A huge favourite of mine, teal. Can't keep enough of that. And then onto our Rose Bronze, which is a duotone. And this is rose and bronze mixed together. You've got the white porcelain, which comes in a super duper size. So that's not on the pick and mix, it's on the big size. And then we've got verdigris, which again is a lovely duotone.
Lovely. Now, so you are getting a pick and mix here, $13.99, and the real story of the Luscious. They are beautiful to work with. You will see them in action. But here's the thing as well. You are getting such generous pots, and you've got new colourways. 410457, your item number there. There is breaking news, though. We've had news before we do anything else. There's a lot more. We just have a few gremlins in the system. Take a look at this. So, remember I was telling you, you could get all three of those fantastic panels. They're gone. They sold out. They are actually... We didn't even have time to take it limited. We had such a surge. Now, we are working, we're doing our best. We're making frantic calls, so we're trying to get some more back on extended delivery. I can't guarantee we're able to do it, but there's a good chance we can. What we're going to do, we're going to go to demonstration in a moment. We will keep you updated, but you know what we haven't done is introduce you to the lovely Janice, newest member of the Hochanda team, who's going to be spending some quality time with Kay. You're in for a treat, Janice.
Certainly am. And good afternoon to you. Yay. Welcome to Hochanda. Hi, Kay. How are you?
Hi, great. Really good to be meeting you and working together.
I know. Very, very excited. I was doing a bit of research on Kay last night. I was watching some of her YouTube clips, and there is something we have in common, as well as the love of the craft. Yeah, maybe you should go and check our Kay out on YouTube to find out.
A large glass of wine on the table.
Just a little bit. But, you know, I do love you. You're so passionate about your craft, and I love the craft that you create as well. It's so inspirational.
Well, I'm just really lucky to actually do something I love for a job. which is anybody's dream, really, isn't it?
It's fantastic.
So, yeah, I'm really enthusiastic about it, and that's why I want everybody out there doing a bit of craft, because it's good for the soul, isn't it?
It is, yeah. You know, it gives you that relaxation, and it helps you concentrate as well at the same time. But let's get into a demonstration. What are you going to show us, Kay?
Okay, so what I thought I'd show you very first and very quickly was, where did we put those new luscious? There we go, here they are. I thought I'd do a really quick demonstration of the new luscious, okay, and so that you could actually see the colours when they're wet, because they do change somewhat. So what I'm going to do is, in this palette here, I've got all of my luscious colours that I use, and they dry up afterwards, and then all I do is I spritz them with water to reactivate them. Okay. So this is actually mixed with water, so you can paint onto papercraft with this, and it will actually stick to the cardstock or the canvas or whatever you're using.
Now,
so
we were talking a little earlier on about the level of pigment in here and the lack of other substances, which makes it so special. Tell us a little bit about that.
So yeah, we only put what's necessary to make the car go faster, as it were. So we don't put any extra binders in or fillers or anything like that just to make it bulk out. We only put the really good stuff, so the really good pigments, the micas and the binders, and that's all you're going to get in here. So no nasties, really easy to use, and you're getting really good value for money. So what I'm doing here is I'm mixing a little bit of our lovely mermaid's tail, which you can hopefully see the gold shimmer in that as well.
Yeah, you really can.
And that's what I thought, oh, it's got to be a mermaid's tail, that hasn't it, that lovely green. And so this is basically making a watercolour out of it. Of course, if you were to mix it with other things, you're going to make paints out of it, and I'm going to show you how to make a fabric paint out of them as well. So I've got it done sort of like thick cream, and then I'm just going to paint over this.
Oh, look at that. That's going on brilliantly.
This black card, so it can show you get a really good coverage. Now, I've actually stamped and embossed on this so that it will actually resist, and you can see the colour. There we go. Let me pull it up a little bit.
Beautiful. Now, we've not mixed this with anything. This is just the one colour here.
Yes, it is.
But you've got that lovely shimmer of gold in there, which is just incredible. That really is beautiful. We are busy for these, and you can pick a mix as well, your colours. It is a mix of 3 different colours. You can go to the website, you can have a look at all the different colours that are on there. So choose your 3, choose your favourite 3, and it's just £13.99 plus your P&P. Oh, now this looks like one of my favourite colours.
Lovely unicorn tears. Look at this. Again, this is on black card, so you get really good coverage from it.
Yeah, you can. Look at that.
And let me just pick that up so that you can see that.
Now that's lovely.
Isn't that
again,
beautiful?
we've got that sort of shimmer in there as well.
Yes, well, all of the luscious will shimmer. That's the mica in it, which is lovely, and that's what makes them really special, and that's what people adore about them. So, and then finally, I'll do the lovely ultraviolet, which is this year's trend colour.
Okay, now to clean the brushes in between.
Just in water.
Just a dab in water?
Just in water, plain
clean them
water.
up.
And then, as I say, you would wet your brush, dip it in the pot, like so. It's not going to harm it, and then, whoops, nearly put it in the wrong one.
And then I suppose, it doesn't really matter how much you put in there, because like you say, if it dries out, you can just use it again.
That's right, and you just wet it again, and away you go. So I'm just going to swipe this over. There we go. There we go. Right, and there you've got that beautiful, beautiful violet.
Okay.
Isn't that gorgeous?
We do have some news for you, and that is your 3, is it the 3 new colours? The 3 new colours, that's the mermaid tail, the unicorn, and the ultraviolet that you're seeing here.
Yeah, these 3.
Sold out. Sold out, Kay.
Yeah. Oh, good grief.
But we are working incredibly hard.
Get on the phone to Alfie.
The buyers are on the phone at the moment. We're going to try and get some more. So please bear with us. We'll continue with the demonstration. We'll continue showing you these beautiful colours that have been incredibly popular. But these 3 have actually sold out. But please don't go anywhere, because we are working incredibly hard to get them back in.
Right, on next end of delivery.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, we can do that. Okay, so these are dry, so you can see when they dry out, they still retain such an amazing colour.
How long would we give them to dry?
Well, the 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
5-10 minutes.
You wouldn't put a hairdryer on them or anything like that?
You can do.
So you can, so that's fine to do that. Yeah, it's not going to damage any of the pigment
absolutely.
or anything.
I always think, though, I always say to people, anything with pigment in, like a paint or anything like this, if you put a dryer on it, you are going to find that you can burn some of the pigment off. So you're not going to get the most intense colour that you would normally get if you let it dry naturally.
So a bit of air drying, 10 minutes, that's not too long, is it?
That's right. But to be honest, you know, I always use my heat dryer because I'm just too impatient. You know.
It's like when you go to the hairdressers. My hair's natural, obviously, but when you go to the hairdressers, they offer you to go under the heat, don't you? They like quicken it up, but you never know whether it's going to damage your hair or not. Okay, right, what have we got here?
Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint one of the panels. Now, I'm going to show you a few techniques here, so bear with, okay? So we're going to start off with using some of our matte paints, and I'm going to show you how to actually paint with our matte paints, because of course these are a fabric paint as well. Right, okay. All of our range is a fabric paint. So you can put these on all different fabrics, and I've tried them on lots of different types, from it being viscose through to cottons, man-made fibres. Polyester, really? Yes, absolutely, because we've made this a true multi-surface paint. So this will go onto MDF acrylic, it will go onto wood, metal, all those different surfaces.
Maybe a bit slate?
Yeah, actually,
really?
Yes, yeah,
that's a good idea.
Because it's an acrylic base.
Yeah, if you've got some slate and you're perhaps painting it all stones, are really nice to paint with all those different animals. I remember we used to make a little ladybird stones.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And there is a sort of trend now to actually write names and things.
Yes, like on Facebook, there's different sites that you can go onto, and you write on the stones. I think it's rocks, isn't it? And it's rocks of wherever it is around the country.
That's right.
And you paint on the different rocks, and you leave them, and someone else will find them. You take a picture of them, and then you go and hide them somewhere else. So we could use that.
So
It's a really, really good idea. The details for this are now on your screen. Okay, and that's $13.49, and that's if you're a Freedom member, which is a great way to buy from us here at Hochanda, because when you become a Freedom member, then your P&P is included, so you can kind of help yourself to all kinds of different things, and you can get them delivered free directly to your door because your P&P is included. So we've got Becca here.
This is Becca. Yes. This is the Becca panel. So what I'm doing now is first of all, I'm going to show you how to paint with paint, our matte paints. Then I'm going to show you how to paint with Luscious. Okay. Okay? And I'm going to be using the fabric slap it on.
Oh, I love this. And you wait till we slap it on.
Yeah, and then we're going to finish with our brand new fabric sparkles. Okay. Now, if you haven't got this, you need it.
Okay.
You need it.
Right, that's at the bottom of the screen. If you do want to get ahead, maybe pop that into your basket now so you know you've got it. If it's already in your basket, check out. But do watch these demonstrations. You are going to be amazed. This is incredible.
So I'm using a brush that comes with our paint accessory kit, because I'm using my paint mat here.
Okay. Are we just wetting it with water there?
Yes, I am. So what I'm doing is to ease your blending, to make it really super easy for you. I'm actually wetting the area I want to paint. So I'm just going to paint her face. I'm leaving out her eyes and her lips. Okay. And yes, it does wash out a little bit, but it does give you a nice, soft, subtle mix. So
would you do that with any material? The material that we're using here?
Yeah, any material.
So even if you're using the polyester or viscose?
Yeah, you get a softer feel, because as the paint goes on, it actually does spread a little bit.
Would you do that on something like wood or metal or stone, or just put the paint straight on?
Well, if you want to blend it, you could actually wet it ever so slightly. If it's a porous surface, if it's non-porous, no. Yeah. No. Okay. But it's just this technique I'm using. So the first colour I'm using is porcelain. Right. So I've got porcelain, fair and medium beige out at the moment. So the porcelain, I'm going to just do a highlights. So I'm just going to pick out just the highlights where you would find, you know, the highlights on your skin. So under the eyes, top of the eyes there.
I've always struggled with highlighting whenever I've done any drawing, so this is really good to see where you're doing it, to give me the inspiration.
So it will catch the top of the nose a little bit, down the centre of the fulcrum there. Okay.
Now, the set of 3 canvases is back if you want to buy all of them, but it is on an extended delivery. It's 29th of January. You'll still get them, that's the main thing.
We will try and get them to you as soon as we possibly can, but that will probably be the right sort of time to...
But at least we've got them back, and they are available, £27.99, and that's that introductory price. You're saving £7.98, but at least you're going to get them. So that's if you want all 3 together.
Next colour, I am going to the fair. Okay, so I'm going to do fair next. Now, I'm putting a little tiny bit of water with this paint so that it flows nicely.
Because our paints are paint.
It is nice, isn't it? And it's concentrated. You see, we don't put water in our paint so that you can do that yourself to get the right consistency.
Well, you do notice the difference.
Then I'm coming in with 2 triangles under her eyes there, down the side of her nose.
I wish I could do this with my makeup, Kay. What are you doing in the next hour?
Me too.
Oh, it's lovely, and you can see how that's going onto the fabric, and it looks perfect.
Yeah, and it does smooth in nicely because you've wet it beforehand. Yeah, it just smooths in beautifully.
You're not using a lot, are you?
No, just what's on my brush, and that will just smooth in really good. So there we go. And then we're going into clean my brush. Then we're going into the medium beige. Now, if you want a darker skin tone, we do have darker skin tones as well. Okay. So I would probably start off with, you know, the fair is the lightest one, go to medium beige, and then you could do warm tan, and that will give you a more continental Mediterranean skin tone.
Oh, that's lovely.
And we also have darker, that lovely sort of Greek god look.
Oh, yes. Greek Adonis. We all like that.
Be careful, because Yanis was playing at being Adonis, actually, the other month.
He doesn't need to play. He is.
Oh, he'll love you forever. So I'm coming in with that darker colour now on the outside there.
Yeah, I can really see the way that that's really nicely building up. So we've started with the lighter colours, with the darker colour on top.
That's right.
And then I suppose we can add more if we want to.
We can,
that way. You can't really go back the other way, can you? So it's a good tip.
It is better to start off light, I've found, anyway. And then I'm just blending that in a little bit.
And you've just wet the brush,
I've just wet the brush, cleaned it, and then I'm just going in with a damp brush. And then I'm just going to do her neck, but I'm going to start off with the medium beige under there, because you'll have... I'm going to go for a smaller brush on this. So I'm going to go medium beige under here.
So have we gone for a slightly darker tone on the neck?
That's right, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And then her face really, you know, brings it forward.
We are really busy for those luscious paints now. You know, when we were talking about how mesmerising this is, it really is, isn't it?
Do you know what? I've really enjoyed doing this. It's like, you know, I'm not working at all. You know, people saying, are you at work? I'm going, yeah, I'm working hard, but I'm actually just doing these.
And this material as well, the way the paint's going on there.
Makes it really easy,
yeah, it's not like paper, is it?
No, it's lovely.
It's when you put the paint on there, it absorbs in. It's almost like it grabs it, it just takes it in.
I know, it's really gorgeous, isn't it? So the next thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to leave the hair till later, because I want the edges of this to dry out, because then when I do the hair, I don't want that to bleed into the face.
Good idea.
So I'm going to leave the hair, and then I'm going to go on to the next area, which is round here. So for that, I'm going to show you how to mix your luscious with your slap-it-on.
Oh,
okay. So you need your slap-it-on fabric for this. Now, I know loads of you have already got this out there, because you will have bought maybe the fabric slap-it-on with the gloss. It comes with the gloss one.
Your details are on the screen for that now. £10.49 plus your P&P. So again, I would definitely add that to your basket. So you get 2 bottles. You get Slap It On plastic and Slap It On, Slap It On fabric. That's it. What did I say?
Plastic.
Plastic. Slap It On fabric and Slap It On
gloss. And the gloss one is really good for all of your decoupage, for your layering, for your doing all of your lovely card work, paperwork.
For anyone who's not seen Slap It On, what is it?
So our range of Slap It On is it's basically a medium that we use, and it can be used as a glue, as a decoupage medium to layer down different layers of papers. The thick one we use as a texture paste. We also use our fabric, obviously, for fabric ones. So it's just a whole range, and it came about because when I teach, I'm always saying, come on girls, just slap it on. Just don't think about it, just slap it on. And so, unfortunately, it stuck. So what I've done is that I've put a big amount of Slap It On fabric on my paint mat. And then I'm going to take a bit of my lovely buttercup.
It's like cake baking, isn't it?
And we mix it together.
You can see the fine pigment in that, and again the details for the pigments on your screen. It's a mixed set of 3.
So yes, you can choose any colour, which is gorgeous. Now what you'll see is, I don't know whether you can pick this up, but you'll see the grains, and then all of a sudden it will go ultra smooth as the grains sort of pop and accept that wetness from the Slap It On, and it'll go really super smooth. You can see that. Which is gorgeous, isn't it? And then I'm going to do this one with, what should I use? Let's use this one. Let's do the orange, which is more like a mango colour.
Now look at all those different pigments. Look at the grains in there, and just going in as we knead it into place. Mix it effortlessly.
It's really simple, isn't it? And the good thing is this paint mat makes it so it's very easy to work with, because it doesn't resist it at all, like putting it on a plastic plate or something.
Right. Well, if you want to go for those, we do have those available as well. The details, again, on your screen for that. I think it's well worth going for. Are they easy to clean as well, I guess?
Yeah, just under water. And even if you've got acrylic paint on, you can just scrape it off with an old store card.
Perfect. Well, you're getting 10 of those for £9.99. Again, you know, you can build up your accessory kit right here at Hochanda, which is fabulous. And also, you get the gold line brush and the spatula and the squishy.
So, should I actually go to the next one? Yeah, let me show you. I'll go on to the next one, which is dry.
Okay, do you want me to move that over to one side?
Yeah, or we can just lift that up. There you go. Now, what I've done is I've actually put a piece of paper underneath, and that's just to take any absorption from the fabric.
That's a good idea.
Because I wet it a lot on this watercolour effect that I'm going to show you, it will go through, so you can see on the back there. And so I put something on the back here just to take up any of the wetness.
Okay, that's a good idea. Any paper bag will do.
Oh, that was lucky. Right, so I've done part of it just so that I can show you all different areas. So this orange one here, I'm just going to take it to the lines that are already there.
All right.
So the beautiful thing about this is it's already done for you.
Yeah, you're just following the lines.
You just, really, it's like painting by numbers. So it's super, super easy just to follow those lines.
Now, this canvas is Becca. We've got a nice little story behind this, actually. We'll tell you that in a moment's time. You can go for them separately, but the most popular is Jane. So we've got Becca, Elizabeth and Jane. So tell us the story behind Becca.
So this is a sort of, not a portrait, but I sort of got the inspiration from a photograph that we've got of our daughter, our eldest daughter, Becca. And so I drew this, and all these are other stamps that we have indigo blue. And she actually designed this collage.
Did she?
She did, yeah, for a trade catalogue that we made. And I liked it so much that I said, right, OK, we're definitely having that on fabric. And so it's really nice that we have actually been able to bring it to you.
That's fantastic. Have you given her a job, though?
She actually does work for us sometimes.
She?
She does, yeah. She I don't think she wants to work for us full time because she's an artist herself.
Well,
yeah,
that figures.
But yeah, she does come and help out from time to time, which is really good. Yeah. Actually, she's a great help, and she's really, really good at her job. Actually.
Again, it's a lovely story how you started your business, isn't it? I mean, it started off a sad story as such with job losses, but now you know it's blossomed, hasn't it? How did it all begin?
Well, it's an opportunity sometimes, isn't it? You know, like a lot of people, you fall on hard times, and you know. Alfie had lost his job, and you know, I didn't know what I was doing really because I had to stop doing photography, and I happened to take his call of him losing this contract when I was with a friend of mine, Jean, in her shop in Edwinstowe, and she said, I've got this stamp machine out the back, it's doing nothing, why don't you take it, you design some stamps and Alfie can make them.
What a great idea.
I was like, really? She said, yeah. And so she let us borrow it, and a few months later we actually went back and said, right, can we buy it off you? And yeah, she sold it to us, and we didn't look back really.
And now you employ people.
Yes,
which is great, you know, and that's such a lovely story, isn't it? You're doing something that you love, and you know, you're inspiring other people as well. So maybe there's someone out there that could take inspiration from that, and maybe with these canvases they can create and maybe have their own little business. Would you be okay with that for people to make these up and then sell them?
Absolutely. I think
hand-painted,
no, not at all. Our angel policy is very, very open. We want to encourage people to do their craft and their art, and if they can make some money from it, even better. That's brilliant. I would love that to happen. So if you can, you know, hand paint this and sell it for a good amount of money, yeah, brilliant.
Oh, you know, we say a good amount of money. We were looking at the cushions earlier on and the bags. I mean, we could make this into anything. You mentioned earlier with Yanis that you could put this on to the back of a chair, and that's so trendy at the moment, isn't it? That kind of shabby chic that's in. I mean, you could upcycle. You could find an old chair. You could use this to upcycle it. You know, the world really is your oyster out there, and that's what we love about the inspirations that we get with craft. It can be your own art, or it could be art that you're putting together to sell on, and this is just, I mean, this is amazing. Look at the colours that we've put in here, just with a few of the strokes of the paint, and I love the way it goes on there so
I want to show you that when it moves, you can see the shimmer and shine.
Oh, look at that.
So this is the beautiful thing about the Luscious, that you don't get anything like this. It's just absolutely beautiful.
That is gorgeous.
So I'm going to show you how to, I'm just going to mix up some more colours, so if you can give me a minute just to clear up and mix the next colours, and I'll show you the other techniques.
Okay, fabulous. Maybe let me have a little go as well. I'm just going to head back over to Yanis now to take you through the different products and options that we have here.
Thank you very much, Janice. What a guy. I found myself, I turned into a viewer. I just sat on a seat and was just watching the screens. Beautiful inspiration, and you have got a wonderful starting point here. 3 different options. We had an incredibly busy start to the show, so you might have seen that there is an option to get all 3 together. They sold out, and it actually took us off guard because we didn't even manage to call limited stock. They just flew. You can see the details at the bottom of your screen. They are back in stock. It's 10 days extended delivery. As Kay said, they'll try and get them out to you as soon as possible, but realistically 10 days they're going to be shipped out. So that's going to be the 29th. Apologies for that, but the good news is you can still get hold of them. So why are they so popular? Have a look at this. We've been working with Becca. Beautiful design, lovely story behind this as well. So the inspiration taken from Kay's own daughter, who is Becca. We're approaching 40% of the stock here. Lovely, lovely design, using indigo blue stamps around the portrait. But what's interesting about this, that Becca herself actually composed the design of the piece. So I think that's really nice, putting it all together. Beautiful, usable, just screams to add some colour. Even if you just wanted to have it in its rawest form though, black and white, it works. What I would say with these panels, what sets them apart, the quality of the design, but also the quality of the fabric. Half Panama, 100% cotton. There's a reassuring luxury weight to them. You'll know that when you get at home. You can hear me talk about it. I'm just always conscious of the fact that when we have materials, you can never feel them. And it's the first thing I want to do. If I go into a shop, you see some material, you give it a feel. But genuinely, the quality here is exceptional. And the beauty is, because you have got that quality, you can throw so many different mediums, add your own colour to there and personalise it to your own taste. That's Becca. 40% of the stock's gone here individually. Next, we got Elizabeth. We're approaching 80% of the stock for Elizabeth. Look at that. Staggering. Absolutely love it. That is a work of art right there. But what are you going to use the panels for? That is the fun part, because they lend themselves to so many different guises. Maybe you want it as a wall hanging, a quilt feature, or maybe the back of a chair, a cushion, onto a bag. You really have got so much potential, and it's a huge compliment to the design. That wonderful butterfly. Lovely pose. I mean, a really striking image there of that fantastic Elizabeth. And then you've got all the stamps. And all the stamps, can I just say, featured around Elizabeth are indigo blue stamps. This is designed by Kay, and Kay's got such a great eye. So you've got a work of art brought to you by Kay. In its rawest form, great, but really add your own personal touches to them. If you have gone for the Luscious, which is so popular, and Kay's just illustrated how well the Luscious take to the fabric. So that's Elizabeth. Love that. We're approaching 80% of the stock here. Oh, Jane's limited stock now, and we're only 38 minutes into the first hour. These were meant to last the next show. Kay's only got 2 shows today, and she brought a lot, so it's a real compliment. I'm so glad that everyone at home's connecting with these fabulous panels. So there's Jane. I have to say, I've got a special place in my heart for Jane, because when I first started at Hochanda, I remember doing a show with Kay, and I was introduced to Jane as a stamp. And I was blown away by the quality of the stamp. So there's a really striking image, haunting eyes. They're so evocative. They really speak to you. There's something about her. She's so pensive. You're kind of like, what are you thinking about? Then you've got that wonderful detail around all those rich stamp detailings around Jane there. So lovely piece, really nice panel, half Panama, 100% cotton, beautiful imagery, and for $9.95 as a freedom price, that is your delivered price. But we are limited stock with Jane. Jane is going to go. I can't guarantee. Please don't think, well, look, it's okay. They might bring her back on extended delivery. Can't guarantee it. Please don't hold us to that. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. If you really want to assure yourself of getting hold of this, now's the time to put it into your basket. No. Has Jane gone? Jane's gone. Jane's sold it. I told you, it's so quick. We are making calls. Elizabeth is now limited as well, and we're extremely busy for Becca across the board. You can still get all 3 at a great price, because you're getting a £7.98 saving if you go for all 3 together. So you can see them right now. What I love about getting the full, complete collection is they work so well together, but they're strong enough to stand alone. We have got queues on our phone line, so I really apologise if you are stuck in a queue. But now is the time, whether it's online or giving us a call, we'll try and get through to you as soon as possible. Now's the time to put this into your basket. Right, now, one of the busiest items on the show, the Luscious. And I love the fact, see, last time I worked with Kay, she hinted that there were going to be 3 new colourways. And we have introduced 3 new colours of the Luscious. They sold out like that. I couldn't believe how quickly they sold out. But I mean, literally, before we even got to show them all, I think I'm right in saying we're going to check updates. Let me just show you here what you are getting with the Luscious. So it's a ground pigment, and the quality of the pigment, you could see when Kay was working with it and blending it, you really saw and it highlighted how good the Luscious were. Going through the colourways, you've got such a lovely selection. Now, pick and mix. What I would say, Kay, could you just throw me a bottle of the Luscious? Or just pass it to me, thank you. It's better to pass it. Now, going through, you can see the quality. Now, you pick whichever you want. So there's bronze, there's coral. All 3, now all 3 of our new options are approaching limited. On the extended, now that's the 24th of January. This is really important. So we've got 3 new colours. I'm so sorry. Okay, could you pass me 3 new colours? I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Thank you. All right.
Just
this is the reason why this is important. Here are your 3 new colours. So you've got your mermaid's tail, which is the green. You've got the unicorn tears, which is the pink. And then you've got the ultraviolet, which is there. I'm sorry, you can't see them very well here. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you the mermaid's tail. I'll put those there. First and foremost, just from a crafty perspective, look at the size of the pot. Now, normally, pigment, ground pigment, you might get a 5mm pot. You're getting 25mm here, so it's a very generous pot. And also, if I just show you, look at that. This is what makes the Luscious so special. Oh, it's just ground up magic in there. So you've got your unicorn's tail, you've got your mermaid's tail, you've got your unicorn tears, not taken from real unicorns. No unicorns were harmed. We just showed them a sad movie. And then you've also got the ultraviolet. These are the new colours. What I would say, the new colours, the extended delivery, we're approaching limited stock. Once they're gone, don't leave it to that, because I think they're gone, they're gone. Right, we've also got all these colours. If you did want to go for pick and mix, should we do it together? Come on, let's do it together. So if you go to our website, we're going to pick... I'll let Lottie, our producer, pick 1. Because you can pick 3. She's going straight for the lawn. Let's let Joe, Director Joe, what are you going to go for? Poseidon Blue. Nice, strong name. I'm going to have to go for one of the newbies down at the bottom. Can we go for the Unicorn Tears, please? That's in my collection. All the 3 new colours, by the way, they are duotone, so they catch the light and they transform into the mix. So those are your options there. $13.99 your price. Put them in your basket. If you do want to go for the new todays, the 3 new colourways, please do it now. They are going to go again, and once they're gone for the second time on extended delivery, they're gone. OK, back to Kate and Janice.
Thank you, Yanis, and congratulations to everyone that has the property.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you and congratulations to everyone that's got all of their goodies checked out in their baskets. If it's still in your basket now, do check out, don't miss out. Now, I've got a brush in my hand, Kay. What am I going to do?
I'm just throwing her in at the deep end, obviously.
Yeah, OK.
You do like watercolour painting, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going to give this a go.
So this will be a bit different.
OK.
So I thought you could have a go. So I'm going to spin this round.
OK.
Move that out of the way. I've given you some green and yellow, and do you want to have a go at this, this leaf here?
Now, we've mixed this, haven't we?
We have. So just to recap, we've mixed it with our fabric slap it on and a bit of our Luscious.
So we've mixed those 2 together.
So we're actually using our new mermaid's tail.
OK.
And the yellow is actually called Buttercup.
Ooh.
So
it's a lovely yellow.
It is a really nice yellow, isn't it?
Now, I'm going to follow your inspiration. So do you think I should do the green in the middle and then maybe go with the yellow on the outside?
That'd be lovely.
So I start with a darker colour?
Whichever you like.
OK.
So there's a pot of water there.
OK, so we'll go for a bit of the green here. I've just added a bit of water just to water that down. I'm now going to give it a go. I'm not holding the tissue. I do have a cold, but this tissue is for the brush. OK, so this is dry here. So we'll just take the brush and you can see now just how beautiful. And I'm going to call it controlled, because look at that, it doesn't bleed anywhere.
No, it doesn't, does it? It's really good.
The paint stops, and I can take that around the edge in a controlled...
Without it blurring.
Yeah.
Because when we did it with water, that's when you give that nice soft look.
Yeah. And
it will blur, but you can put it straight on. So I'm going to go in, whilst you're working down there, I'm going to show you this dragonfly here.
OK.
So I'm just going to put in a little bit of the pink, which is called the Unicorn Tears. And you're quite right, we just showed them funny films and they were just laughing so much they cried.
The unicorn was harmed in the making of this paint.
Absolutely.
But that dragonfly, again, it's beautiful, isn't it, with that shimmer?
And you can see that on here, we've not just got the shimmer, but we've actually got the sparkle as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you how to do the sparkle, but first I'm just going to show you how I did this background. So again, I'm just going to wet this down.
You're just giving that a bit of a spritz.
I'm going to give it a spray, and then with my brush, I'm just going to go in a little bit closer around here. So this will ensure that it actually mixes and merges with the other colours. Yeah. So I'm going to extend it over that yellow as well.
So we're just using water at the moment?
We are just using water. That's right. And then I think we'll go in with gorgeous ultraviolet.
Oh,
which
nice.
is lovely. So I'm just going to go over with the ultraviolet, and then I'm just going to push it towards the other elements and
again,
the
there's
other
no
images.
bleeding going on there, really. You just
Well,
you're totally in control.
It will bleed a little bit where I've wet it, which is so lovely. But it's
only in the
again,
places
it's,
where you want to.
That's right, because it is controlled, and you're doing a lovely job of actually keeping it within the shape of that leaf. So you can do it dry on dry, and we can do it wet on wet.
I'm just going to add a bit of yellow
So
now, because I did take the green up to the edges, but I did that because I wanted the yellow just to
blend.
Make it
That's
like a lighter.
So you can
yellow.
actually just add some water to it, and then it will blend, just like you do with your watercolours.
Yeah.
Basically. And then I'm just coming over this pink in the corner, just so that you don't get a harsh line, you get a nice, easy transition.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
it's
both
really
having a go
fun.
here. Yeah, you could do it as a team, couldn't you?
Why not? Absolutely.
I'm just going to put some down there and shimmer that there and just add. Now, we are extremely busy on the phones. We've got 3-minute queues, so if you are on the phones, do bear with us. Our lovely people in the call centre will get to your calls. But, you know, if you can, go to the website, add things to your basket, and then you can check out. Now, this canvas is Becca. We are approaching 2/3 on Becca, incredibly popular. Elizabeth is limited now, and Jane has gone. Now, if you want Jane, you can get Jane in the set of 3. And that's at the bottom of the screen. That is on the extended delivery, but at least you'll get it. At least you'll get it. So, you know what? I would go for all 3. Because I think if you buy one, you'll just want to do another one. And you want to do another one. Yeah, so it's definitely worth just waiting that little bit of extra time. It's not that long. It's not that long. And then you can pop those into your basket and maybe add a few other things as well. Whilst you're on the website, we will suggest to you other items similar to the items that you're buying. So it's a really good way of buying from us here on Hochanda. Now, we're just doing some pink flowers. I finished my leaf just there. I've added the yellow and the green.
Do you want to do those flowers?
Yeah, yeah. Shall I do them in...
What, do you want some orange flowers?
Shall I? Yeah. Let's do some orange.
Some purple or pink? I can scoop you over some.
I like the orange.
Right, go for the orange.
I'm just going to do some orange. I'm going to put it out there.
Just so that you know, you can actually let it dry in between your layers.
Okay.
And then you're going to ensure that you don't, it doesn't run into each other. Like I did with the face, I let that dry before I'm going to go in with the hair.
Yeah.
And the good thing is it's not really crunchy or stiff. It's still got movement in the fabric. That's really important for a lot of people, whether you're a fabric artist or a sewer. And that's the beauty of the slap it on fabric.
Yeah.
Now, of course, if you use any of the paints, those will go directly straight on. And I think what I'll do, because time's getting on, I'll leave you to carry on with that. And
oh, Elizabeth has sold out.
Oh wow!
So the only way to get all 3 is by going for the bundle on that 10-day delivery. And you've got the saving there. You've got $7.98 saving with that if you're buying the bundle. And do you know what? I would put these mats in as well. You get 10 mats, and they are absolutely fabulous because we're just transferring paint from one pad to another. We're using the spatula. You get that included as well. But of course, afterwards you can wipe them clean. But they are perfect for palettes when we're using this paint. So
they are brilliant, actually. Mixing up slap it on, all sorts of stuff, because it doesn't pill at all.
No,
it actually stays in a chunk, and you just put it under a cold water tap, and you can just scrape it off, clean it. It just comes off. So what I wanted to show you is how to do your highlights. So if you pick an area like across the fringe here, I'm just going to turn it round so that we can actually see it face on.
Sorry, 3-minute queues now on the phones.
Oh. I'll give it back to you, Janice, I promise. Yes, carry on. Right, so just pick an area where you think the hair will move and you'll catch a highlight.
Okay.
And just put the lighter colour there. So you can see, I think, that across the fringe and maybe down here. So here we go across there. And then you can come in with your
hair colour. I'm going to use hot cocoa.
Ooh.
So I'm actually mixing this. This is actually one of the paints.
Okay.
So even though I've got the highlight, which is the luscious,
yes,
so that's going to sparkle.
Yes.
When you put the brown in, that's going to be matte.
But that's a really nice way of doing it because you want the highlights to give a bit of sparkle, don't you?
That's right. And then you just come in. Now, before we finish, I've got time.
Yeah. We've got 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Left.
Okay.
3 minutes left.
So you can just blend them. And that will give you the highlight there.
Yeah, so we've just added a bit more water then to blend that in. That's lovely.
Now, I wanted to show you how we did those sparkles. So I'm going to move it down. So see how I've put the sparkles here on the dragonfly wings? Yeah. That's right. So these unicorn sparkles, the photograph on the website is actually of this size shape of bottle.
Okay.
But what we've done is we've put a spout on it, so it's easy to dispense. So all you need to do is just you can put blobs on, but I tend to just sort of smooth it out with a bit of a paintbrush, or the nearest thing is my fingers. So
that's fun.
You can see it first comes out white, and then when it dries clear, you see all the sparkles.
The sparkle. And the details for that are on your screen at the moment. In fact, Yanis, could you hand me that material that's just down the other end of the counter?
Oh, good, yes, because you can put it on.
This shows it off as well.
Because you can put it on existing fabric as well. So if you've got some lovely pattern fabric that you want to zhuzh up, this is what I've done with this piece of fabric, which is beautiful. So all I've done with this is I've just put a little bit on, and I've just spread it with my finger.
So you can use it independently from the paints that you use, and you can just, like you say, you know, you jazz up something that you've already owned. And it is washable.
It is
That's
washable,
fabulous.
30 degrees in the washing machine. But isn't that beautiful?
Yeah,
I absolutely
that really is.
adore that on existing fabrics.
Yes.
I just love it just for that.
Yeah, I think it's fabulous. You know, you can, again, upcycle things. You really can. And just add that little sparkle. I think it's fabulous. Slapping on, always slapping on.
Accent. It's going to be your new friend, Janice.
It certainly is, yeah.
Like it. What a great job you guys have done, by the way.
Thank you.
Really,
Do you like my leaf and flowers?
Yeah.
I was watching Janice. Very good.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Look, with the panels, all of them extremely popular. Jane individually has sold out. Elizabeth limited stock next to go, and extremely busy for Becca. If you do want to get all 3, though, you are saving £7.98. It is on extended delivery, so that's going to be dispatched from the 29th. But the good news is you can still get hold of it. But wait, half the stock's already gone of the extended, and once that's gone, then it's gone. And Kay, you've got another show at 4.
I know, I've got another.
What are you going to do?
You're too good with singing and dancing.
You're too good. That's it.
Have you enjoyed it, Janice?
Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, I really have. I just want to carry on with this now, if you don't mind.
See how much you love it.
Yeah, I really do.
Great.
It's so therapeutic, and you get some fantastic, wonderful results from these designs. They're incredible, Kay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for everybody.
Thank you, Kay. You can see it, Janice, you're a crafter. Yeah. Crafter at heart. OK, we've got another fantastic hour coming up a bit late. Well, coming up next, and we've got Kay coming up at 4, so do make sure to tune in then. And you're also going to get to see more of Janice. Don't go anywhere. See you in a bit. So, Dyes by Sue Wilson, our one-day special with the fabulous Julia. Do not miss that. She's got some great inspirations. Then we've got fabrics with the Mill Shop online. That's going to be a goodie. And then we've got Tonic Dressable Weekend Wow. Say what? See you in a sec.
Hi, I'm Jenny Mays from Hobby Art. Hobby Art's a family-run company, and we've been designing and manufacturing stamps for over 28 years now. We have an extensive range of clear and rubber stamps, and we're proud that they're all manufactured in Britain. Whatever your style, there's always something that will interest you with Hobby Art stamps. Crafting is my passion, and I love teaching. I love sharing my ideas with other people. This is why I enjoy being part of the Hochanda family, because I have the time to share my ideas, maybe open a door for somebody and give them the confidence to start stamping. So make sure you join me, Jenny Mays, on Hochanda.
Hi everyone, I'm Gordon.
I'm Justin.
And
together we are Be Creative.
Justin and I formed our company just under 1 year ago to bring you new and exciting products under the Be Creative brand.
We have a fantastic relationship with Hochanda, and we love to share our ideas and creation with you, our viewers.
So why not come be creative with us
Here at Hochanda.
Hello, I'm Debbie and this is Kim, and together we are 6 Mini Memories.
We've known each other for about 8 years, and we're based just outside Newcastle in the northeast of England.
We're very lucky in the fact that we've managed to bring lots of new things. We always try and bring new things, new books, patterns, fabrics, kits, notions, always quality.
And we do get the opportunity to do lots of demonstrations, which is great.
We're looking forward to continuing our journey with Hochanda and with you. We've got some beautiful fabrics on order, as well as lots of notions.
And we've got the new booklets, which have at least 3 projects in them, which will have lots of new quilts, tips and techniques.
Make sure you don't miss our shows. We always try to make them informative and fun.
That's it. And we just want you to sew. Hope you can join us.
Hello and welcome to Hochanda. I nearly started the show off by reminding you our last show.
I heard you on Lisa's show about it.
I know, grassing you up. It was funny though. Anyway, I'm not telling you because I'll start laughing again. It is amazing to have your company, especially as we've got a beautiful one-day special from our Sue Wilson. It's a really, really lovely collection. I love all of Sue's collections. They all bring us something different, don't they, Julia?
They do, yeah. And this is kind of I don't know, it's an amalgamation of several collections together, and what I wanted to do was give you some bundles where you could do entire cards, or you know, from the bundle. So you've got an expression in there, you've got something for your backgrounds in there, you've got something for nice shaped edges in there, and then you've got your focal point in there. So you've got everything you need. But you've got lots of permutations that you can do from this particular set as well.
And each die, I mean, with this one, you've got 4 dies in this one. And at first, when you look at it, it's 1 die, but it isn't, because you've got the outside edge, you've got that detailed edge, and then you come in, so you've got another cutting and then another cutting. So it allows you to stay in the card, it allows you to cut out the card. See, each die is going to give you so many different looks. So when you start amalgamating and working together, they're beautiful. The cut is beautiful. So I'll just show you loads and loads of samples, because the samples are exquisite as ever. I mean, have a look at this. So you've got, look at that die. See, it's stunning, isn't it, the Hamilton?
Yeah, the Hamilton is, yeah. And we've got the sentiment there from the frame, and then this little border down here is from your...
Bear with, I'm going to try and pick it up without knocking it over. So, that is that, because, see...
It's the bottom one there, where I've gone and pinched something from the next bundle for the just the inside.
Fabulous. So it's because that die, see, they're separate. So that you could use them all together, or you can use them separate. Lovely. That is lovely.
It's brilliant. The edges are fantastic.
Yeah, that is such a cool die. And it takes some thinking. You know, when you're putting these dies together, it takes some thinking. It takes some planning, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we tend to put our own shows together. I mean, if there's a new release of dies, then we get a subset of them. But when we're doing shows like this, we put them all together. And like I say, I wanted to give you a lot of variety in this, and I think I have.
Oh, I do. I definitely do.
And I just ran out of time, really. We could have had lots more samples, and as usual, you know what it's like.
Absolutely. I love this. Again, it's showing you within that die, because you've got that centre frame, it allows you to create a beautiful aperture. That's interesting. Behind there, so that's the die again, isn't it?
That's the die again. That's the number 1 die. So that's the first die.
See, that is the actual centre element.
That's looking into it.
That looks really nice.
I mean, we're going to do this as the second demonstration, but this is actually cutting the Hamilton into the cards. There's no outside cutting edge on there.
And then that's cutting it out of the card.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that, because it makes you look at it and try and work it out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I like, you know, all the cards, when you have to try and figure it out. How did you do that? What do you do with that? Again, that's beautiful.
Using it as a mask.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
That's using the Infinity Striplet as a mask.
Beautiful.
And then using one of the stamps to die for, and the Hamilton has cut out the stamp there.
That's gorgeous. So that is one of the stamps. We have got the stamps on the show. So that is...
The other one.
The other one.
Of course it is.
But of course. So that is that one.
Yeah.
So it matches the die.
Yeah, stamped with misters.
Ta-da! So everything makes a story.
Yeah, it does.
Everything mixes and matches. Everything goes together.
A little bit of thought went into it.
A little bit of planning.
A little bit.
It wasn't random at all. You don't live in my life where everything's random. Now, the last one that I'll show you now.
This is one of Beverly's. So we haven't got this on the show, but we've got this. This is the Sagitta here, or however you say it, just cut into the die. This is one of the things about Sue's Geminis. I can never pronounce them.
Just do it like that. So that one, and you can see again, you've got your layers.
Edges,
so those two could be together if you didn't use this one, but that's the one that cuts them. And you've got your outside edges, so they'll cut into the card. Or you use I love that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. Again, every single die will give you so many options, so many possibilities. I will show you more cards. We'll go through more cards. Shall I show them now or later? Shall we get on to them? Shall I show them now? Well, we're liking this. Oh, I like this too. OK, next. I like it seeing the die next to it.
Yeah.
You know, so you work out how it's been done.
So we've got the edger, then we've got the infinity, and then we've got the just right. So that's the oval frame on the top.
That's your centre there.
That's either side.
Cut into it.
Yeah, cut into it.
So that's your middle, cut into it.
And then the infinity is the band in the centre.
And again, that one's been cut in because you don't need to cut it out. So it's making one big solid background. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. And of course, then is it
this one?
That one. Yay! And then it's a gorgeous sentiment turn that way.
Either way, yeah.
And it fits. Stunning. That's stunning. Absolutely
and it's so
beautiful.
simple. I think we did that. Ooh, did we do it last night or this morning? I can't remember.
That's absolutely lovely. I love the way that you can mix and match the dies. OK, this is your one-day special. We will show you more. We'll go through more cards after, but this is your one-day special. If you want to go for it, it's a stunning collection. And the thing is with these, you will get, if I do that, you've no shine. You are getting a £15 saving. That is an incredible saving. Beautiful, good quality dies. Each one is going to give you so many different options, and that's what you're buying here. You're buying the design. You're buying the way that Sue has worked out how to make these really give you the most value for money, and that's at the normal price. So the reduced price is just a bargain, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
312-575, that's your item number. Now, only £36.95, you've got 18 dies in total there. OK, that's where we're starting. Are we trotting round the live walk, or Julia? Shall we take our time? I know, right? The pressure. We've done it. Yay!
We're here.
He even said perfect. OK, next. Now, this is almost like a second one-day special, isn't it?
Yeah. In fact, I did think, coming into the studio, I did think we had 2 one-day specials.
Surprise!
Yeah. But the kind of... The theory behind this is exactly the same. So you've got a country as a motif, as a main one, which is the Seychelles from the Indian Ocean collection.
Stunning.
Then we've got the expression. So that's your thanks for everything, which is a beautiful font. Nice big sentiment there.
Yep, there you go. Yeah. You can see that one there.
And then we've got another Gemini, so that's going to give you your shaped edges, or it can frame your card if you want it to.
Wonderful.
And that's the Calum. Then we've got the Prism, and the Prism's another striplet, but it's not like the Infinity, which is just 2 dies. The Prism's got 8 dies.
Wow.
And it can have the little kind of squares in the centre, or diamonds, the way they are up at the moment, can a separate cutting edges and inside edges as well. So you've got lots and lots of permutations that you can do with those separate dies.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and then you've got an edger.
Yeah, I love that.
So you've got the striped swirl edger there.
Yeah, I do love... I love them all.
They're really nice collections.
Look at this.
They're a pleasure to work with. Now, this is one of Sue's cards. It's not got the Seychelles. No, it's not got the Seychelles. It's got something else. Sue's cards have got... Because they're
they were made when she did the original launches. They've got some different ones on. You could, yes, put Seychelles there instead.
Yes.
But the reason why this is there is that little edge there is from the striped swirl edge.
Yeah, can you see
just
that
the one
teeny tiny little edge there? Is that one?
Yeah.
It's that attention to detail because that's a frame. It frames it. That's beautiful. Must admit that central die is stunning too.
It is, yes. But you could put the Seychelles on instead.
Of course you could. Absolutely gorgeous. So this
Same thing here as well. We don't have the top die, but you could use the Seychelles. But we've got the striped swirl edger, and we've got 2 of the dies from the set. So we've topped and tailed that oval insert.
Yeah. And then obviously that sort of band there that's in the centre.
Yeah.
That's exquisite, isn't it?
And it's really cool,
really
that one,
classy.
because this is what we did this demonstration in the previous hour, a slightly different version of this.
Oh, that's
But you can create yourself an easel card.
Yeah, shall I get it?
You get it. And it's based on one of Sue's designs, and you can just slot it in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So that's it used. So because it's cutting into the card, and then look, you can do it as your little stand. That's so pretty.
Yeah.
And obviously there it's staying in the card.
Yeah.
Oh, these are nice.
They're really pretty, aren't they?
Yeah, they're lovely. Let's have a look.
See
Can I find?
else.
No. Oh, that's nice. Look at that.
Yeah,
Thanks for everything.
Yeah, it is a really, really nice font.
That's beautiful. It's just got such a flow to it, hasn't it?
If you just give it a little drop shadow, it works really well.
Yeah, that's absolutely exquisite.
That's using the Calum.
Wow.
Just as it's based on one of Sue's cards, like quite a few are. Just using it to frame the Seychelles.
So it's that one, isn't it? Is it?
Yes, it's that way up.
Yeah. So it's using that one and that one without that central image.
So I have used the central edge to cut out some misted card and just put it behind half of it, if you see what I mean.
Oh, yeah, of course I do. It's there.
The blue. That's the blue ice.
Yeah, of course you have. Yeah, that's good. Because when you look into it, you don't notice that at first, do you? Because if you hadn't used that centre edge, it would go right up to the top, obviously. Yeah, that's clever. And see, these are the kind of cards that you do work out. It's funny, really, because when you give these cards, you almost want to give them instructions as to how they've been made so you know how much work's gone into them.
That's what a blog's for, Leonie.
Oh, yeah, is it? That's what a blog's for. My blog is for remembering now and again what I did in life. Now, this is the one with 50 million different connotations.
Yes,
maybe
right.
A bit less than that.
It's got an awful lot of permutations. So that's exactly the same die. You can see it looks entirely different.
Yeah, it does.
One of Sue's is here. She's done... Because you can actually... I mean, we've done them the same way, both Sue and I, the stack-ups. But you can twist them or not have them at all.
Yeah, they'd be nice twisted. Or, mind you, they'd be standalone ones. You could use those just as backgrounds, couldn't you?
You could have a very, very simple card just with 3 of the squares on it in the sentiment.
Yeah,
and that
stunning.
would work.
Absolutely stunning. Love
that
these.
sentiment there is from the Floral Happiness Journaling,
fabulous that we've got on the show as well.
Which is a new stamp that we've brought to you today.
Beautiful. That's really nice. I like the open font there as well.
Yes, which lends itself to obviously being coloured in.
Yeah, stunning. Absolutely stunning. OK, if you want this collection, it is like another one-day special. When you have a look at that price, you are saving £12 there. And again, you are getting a huge amount of dies. Each die is, again, it's going to give you so many different ways of using it. Only £37.96 for 23 dies. 040010. That's your item number. Now, if you do want to order, the website is the way to go. Hochanda.com. That's where you can order whatever you fancy and you can peruse, because it's Creative Expressions. Creative Expressions have loads of right nice stuff. Things like your fantastic Cosmic Shimmer Colour Cloud. Things like more stamps, more dies. We have got cardstock. Have a look at all the and then your double stitch rectangles. I need them, and I said this a lot. I know.
It's on.
Do you know what? When I was prepping last week for my Let Leonie Loose show, I was thinking about those dies. I went to my mum's. I went to prep up my mum's, and I was thinking about them dies, and I was gutted I didn't have them. Isn't that funny?
Well, you know what to do, Leonie.
Take them off the counter when I've finished. Is that the answer?
Did you say that live on air?
Oops. Yep. But I haven't done it yet, which is why I talk about them a lot. I mean, obviously, I meant to say, run upstairs and order them, not take them off the counter, because that's naughty. Anyway, what are we doing now, Julia?
We're going to try and do this.
Nah, then. We've put these on the What's It Doing Do jar for you. These are back in stock. So you have got the beautiful... Are you using the pinwheels?
No, I'm using the nasturtium. That's that one.
She's using the nasturtium.
Yeah, the nasturtium.
Yes, there's your nasturtium.
So we've got the stamps back in stock, which come with the pinwheel floral stamps as a set.
So with
they
these,
match the dies.
You have got these, and you've also got your lovely pinwheels. So these did sell out. Now we've got them back in stock. It is on extended delivery, but you'd have to wait long at all. 22nd of January, which is only next week, is it?
Monday.
That's scary. So when's tax returns due in?
End of the month.
Oh, so 22nd January, that's next
you
month.
have to pay it.
Oh, good grief. 654-716 is your item number. That's for your stamps to get the die. This is the die that will match.
Yes.
And this, again... Look, so they look different. What's that about? Oh, does this... So, what does that do?
One of them's solid. So the one that feels flat... So see the difference. That's flat.
That'll just emboss.
That's going to cut. Yeah, that's just going to deboss.
Yeah.
And that is going to cut out your individual petals.
Amazing.
So as the packaging, that's the solid and that's the open.
Perfect.
So you get both of them in this set.
Wonderful. So you're getting all 6 dies there. Team them up with the stamps for a different look. Beautiful standalone dies as well. Only $14.99. These are always popular, and they're really good to have in your stash because again, they're brilliant for all your accents. 685470. What are we up to?
Right, like I say, we're going to make that card there, and I didn't bring any wide brushes with me, and I didn't think about wide brushes.
I can go and get you one if you want.
It's all right, I'll use this one, because I've got a piece of
I actually know where mine is.
It's all right, lovely.
Okay.
So what I've done is I've just misted a piece of watercolour card with some water, so it's going to be receptive.
Okay.
And I'm using the watercolour palette, and I'm using 3 colours out of it, and this is the pastel one. So we've got loads of pastel colours, and they've all got mica in them. And I'm using.
Can I pinch and give a wobble?
Yeah.
Let me give you a wobble. Look,
they're all magnetised, so they'll all lift out. So you can move them around if you want to. But can we have that back where it's supposed to be, please, Leonie?
You know what I'm going to do when you're not looking? I'm going to make them all up.
You are.
I love that it's actually in the right place.
It is. Yeah. Not when I've had a workshop, it isn't.
So where does the pink belong then?
The pink belongs there.
Oh, the purple
there and the other green there.
Of course it does. That makes sense. If you do want these are beautiful. Cosmic shimmer again, so you're getting that fantastic shimmer. I bet these will last ages.
They will.
Won't
Oh
they?
yes, yeah. You'll struggle to use them all up
because you're using the teeniest, tiniest bit.
Yeah. Because I know. Don't insult my paintbrush. It's from a well-known modelling shop. This.
Oh, it's a lovely paintbrush.
Yeah. So if I had my big paintbrush, it would be better. But we'll just ignore that. So because I've wet it, the colour's going to move around a little bit better. And if it's not moving, you can just mist it again.
Superb.
But it gives you a lovely wash. Like I say, if you weren't using a little tiny one.
I can like it.
No, it's all right. I'll just move it around. It's fine. Because I've already got one I've made.
Okay.
Because of getting it dry. So you see, it really... You can do whatever colour way you want to. You can have as many colours as you want to.
And they blend beautifully.
And you do wake up your colours first. So you mist them with a little bit of water to wake them up. Or you can use your water brush and squeeze a bit of water from your water brush. But you do need to do that. So we just keep on going until we're happy with it.
And these are the kind of thing brilliant for techniques. So you could do backgrounds. They're going to be gorgeous for actually colouring in as well, aren't they?
Yeah. So that'll be our background, which
you let dry. So when it dries, that's when that beautiful mica sheen comes through.
It's very subtle on the screen. There we go.
That's it. You can. It shines that much. It reflects.
Yeah.
That is because of the pearlescent sheen, isn't it?
So don't worry about if you've got kind of harsh lines or anything, because we're going to stick a background on it.
Superb.
So the background that's going on it is actually going to be this one here, which I've already cut. So I've used all the dies from the prism except from the outside one.
Okay.
And when you So it's this one, okay.
So,
and then I've actually slotted that one inside it. So I've done those that way, and then I've done these that way and those that way.
That's
but
really
when you
cool.
back them onto each other, you've got a pattern going on here. See, you just, and it just makes another pattern. It just builds a
That's created a completely different pattern.
really different pattern.
That is cool.
And then on the edge, I've used my edger. Where have I put my edger? Here it is. This is my striped swirl edger, so I've used that one. So the card is actually the width of my edger.
Yeah.
And I've got this gap here.
Yes.
I've got a dirty mark there as well. I can't stand dirty marks.
Mm-hmm.
So, what we're going to use is this one from the striped swirl edger.
Superb.
But it's too long.
Oh, yes. Oh, Julia. What you gonna do about that, Julia?
I'm gonna fix it. As you do.
The fixer.
Yes. So
okay.
Move that out of the way a minute.
Right.
So if you don't want a whole die to cut, you hang it outside your plates.
Right.
So we'll be about there.
This is going to have to be quite specific.
Yes, it is. It is.
Okay.
So I can't show you very easily because of my machine, but what I'm going to do is just have my end sticking out there like that.
So literally the bit that hasn't got the pressure isn't going to cut.
Well, that's hanging, yeah, exactly. That's hanging outside your plate, that can't cut.
Well, Julia's winding it through. I need to tell you about that clear embossing powder, a huge tub of clear embossing powder. I need to tell you because it's limited stock. It was really busy in the last hour. Yeah, I've got a massive tub of it. Brilliant for different techniques. Fantastic, of course, for all your stamping. But because you've got such a big tub, that is the one if you are going for your techniques. Because it's in a big tub, I would highly, highly, highly recommend decanting a little bit. And that means you're not going to, if you mistakenly get another colour in there, you're not going to mess up the whole
You always get
tub.
bits in them, but...
You always do. But if you've decanted a little bit, it's not quite as horrendous, is it?
It's not quite as horrendous.
Not quite, because let's face it, how many times have you put gold in a clear or something like that? Oh, I
just tend to get bits of glitter in, you know, when you do workshops and
bits
things.
of card, bits of die cuts.
Yeah,
That's what goes in them.
So,
if you do want that, sorry, Julia, so at the bottom of your screen, just there, 0098028. Yeah, I said it right. Only £14.99. It's a detail one, so we'll pick up all your fine stamps.
Yeah, and... What we were saying earlier, that's a 100ml pot. Our regular pots are 20ml and retail at $3.99.
Right.
So to get 100ml, you need 5 times $3.99, which is $19.95,
So
and
that's
we're
a
doing
bargain.
that at $14.99.
Bargain. That's why you want to be getting that. It pays to buy in bulk.
25% roughly off.
Oof, get you
on your bulk.
Excellent.
Right, so I've reseated this in because you can see on the back where it hasn't cut. Reseated it in. Okay.
Yes.
And now I'm going to hang this part outside of my plate.
That's a really good idea. So if you don't quite get it right, it's not a big deal.
No, will you stick your flowers on that bit?
Yes, you do. Yeah, or a little bow.
As I did on mine. In fact, let's get. I need the bottom. Need it on the bottom plate as well.
Oh yeah, else it definitely won't cut.
Yeah, definitely won't cut.
Fabulous. And I like it because you can reseat it dead easy.
You can, it goes right in. You can do this with a lot of dies. You can do it with like flags and your rectangles. If you haven't got a rectangle that's long enough, just hang the cutting side out of your plate, cut it once, turn it round, and then slot it back in the other side. See, I've not quite lined that one up as well as I did there. That's all right. I'll put that down there, and I'll have a flower down there.
Marvellous.
So it's fine.
That helps with composition, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It helps determine what you're going to stick on your
It's the opposite way I
card.
normally do it, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. I'll do it for a lefty instead.
Super. Well, so you should.
Okay, so that's going to now... get stuck onto my background there.
Gorgeous.
So I need to trim that down in a little while.
Isn't it funny? When I'm doing cards, if I'm doing a left and right, my left is always the higher one, not the lower. You know, like that?
Yeah.
It's higher, not lower.
Yeah.
The left is at the top left corner.
Yeah, that's what I always do.
Isn't it funny? I do that.
Yeah.
Email in, do you do that? Do you know what I'm talking about? No. Right, so what I mean is, I love that Julia did. So, what we mean, team, left-hand corner, Julia does put it at the top, and then diagonal. I'd never put that at the bottom and that there.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Yeah. So, Yeah, we were looking at cars, so we knew what we were talking about. Nobody else did. Email it. Do you do that? Is that your forte? Or do you like to mix it up a bit? Are you alternative? Do email and let me know. studio@hochanda.com. See, I'd like to think I didn't follow the crowd, but I just do.
Right, so we've got the, this is the Baroque Blossoms.
Beautiful.
And I'm going to ink that up with the VersaFine. And I cut my middle out because I'm heavy-handed with my ink.
Ah, so it should be a solid.
It should be solid.
Okay,
yeah. I just hack it with my scissors.
So these stamps, are these ones? No, they're not, are they?
No, they're the other ones.
They're the others.
Further round.
They're the others. IDs on it. So with these stamps, which ones do these mix with?
The Seychelles.
Beautiful.
So the second bundle.
Superb. Very detailed indeed. Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, that's really exquisite.
So we're going for our big pot of, check I've got the clear. Yes.
Not white.
A bit white. That's the trouble. You almost did a big C on the top.
Yeah, I've done that before.
I do like it because, you know, you've got all that space and it's going to go all back in there really easily because you've got such a wide pot.
It is nice,
you know, like
isn't
Phil has his big pots.
Yeah,
yes,
he does.
Obviously.
Yes, he does. He doesn't put them in a teeny tiny pot, does he? But he's very neat and tidy.
I know. So we've got the thank you. This is from the Floral Happiness, and that's going to fit in the centre-ish. Might go over a little bit, but because it's clear, you can see exactly where to do it. So that's the way you do it. You do frame first, and then you clear sentiment on top.
Superb. Oh, yeah, that is a good fit. Perfect. And then the clear embossing powder again.
Clear again, and then we heat set the lot.
So you've used your VersaFine. The VersaFine will stay wet open long enough, and when you heat set it, because it's a clear, it really makes that black pop, doesn't it?
Yeah, very intense black. And I do prefer putting clear embossing powder on top of black rather than putting black on top of a perfect medium or a Versamark.
Yeah, because
black's
black
just notorious to go everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if any brushes off when you're heat blasting it, that's when you get those black speckles.
It doesn't really matter if you've got clear.
Now, these are the stamps. I wonder, ID, could you pass me the paper bits as well, please? No, the paper bits, just because otherwise you can't see stamp. Thank you, love. So, these are your two stamps now. They are big stamps, they're already foam mounted, so like nice and easy to stamp because of that cushioning. Obviously, they're bigger than the packaging, you can see that, but that will show you the detail that you're going to get. Really beautiful stamps, and they do work absolutely spot on with the dies as well. If you would like to get hold of them, they're only £9.99 for those two big stamps, rubber mounted stamps. That is 064857. That's your item number, £9.99p. And see how rich that looks now. That looks beautiful.
So just very simply, just to colour in, obviously we've made our backgrounds and our background's going to match. We can just use our woken up paints and just go in and, you know, paint our letter in or paint our flowers. With the flowers, you can actually go over the lines and the micro will jump off of it. It settles down and jumps off.
Oh, that's cool. So the actual embossing powder will act as a resist?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's such a nice colour, is that? That colour, when it's painted directly, it looks a lot richer than when it was on the wash, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it's obviously stronger. So we just go through and carry on painting. And I've got one that I've done already.
The lovely thing about that palette, you know, just how many variations you can get from it, and it's got that beautiful shimmer as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's lovely when it's dried. You can see here I've done this one in purple. So I've only used 4 of the colours from the palette because I've used this sort of. There's a creamy colour in there. All the names of the colours are on the back.
That's really pretty, and it has got. Can I pick it up and give it a wobble? Because look, you've got that shimmer. It's cosmic shimmer, and you get the shimmer. Can you see it? It's nice, isn't it? That's dead pretty, Julia. Dead pretty.
And that's going to cut out with the Seychelles.
Wonderful. If you do want the Seychelles die, this is only one element of that whole die set. So this is literally just that outside cutting edge. So it works with the stamps beautifully, and then of course it works with all the rest of the dies. And it is only one of those 23 dies. £37.96. 040010. If you do want that one on its own, we've got that. It's there, sat at the bottom of the screen for you. Oh, Dee, would you be able to pass that one in? It's this one nearest to me. At the bottom, thanks my love. So this is the one we're talking about. It's got the outside edge, that's the one that that Julie's using at the moment. So that could be your cutting edge that you could marry up if you wanted to cut that out, or you could leave that in the card if you just want to cut that. You could obviously use this one if you want to cut the central panel out. That of course marries with that. It marries with this one, which is a separate die, and then you've got this one, and then you've got the central one as well. See, all those different layers to give you all those different effects. Very pretty. 69466961. Today's been a really bad day for numbers. I've really been struggling. Thank you. I mix them all up. It only happens with numbers, not letters. It's funny, isn't it?
Well, it's a good job it doesn't
have I got number dyslexia? Is that what it must be?
You might have.
Maybe. It's funny because I got CSE grade 1 in my maths. That's an O-level equivalent, don't you know, in old money. I know, right, in maths, and I can mix up my numbers. That was before the invention of phones as well, so we can't cheat the same. Not that anybody doing the exams
take phones in?
I don't know. I don't know any youths.
Neither do I. Right, let's see. Right, so just chop that down a little bit. Let's see if we've done this right, or if we've made a right pig's ear of it. I remember when I did the actual sample, I cut too much off, but that was fine, because all I did, because we've got this panel here, I cut a thin piece of green and was able to stick it on there.
Stuck it.
Yeah, so...
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, so that will... Yeah, I think I've just about got away with that. So we'll just stick this down. So I've got a little bit of sticking to do. Do you want to?
I will give some thingies because the clear embossing powder has sold out and gone. So sorry about that one, but it has disappeared now. I'm not surprised. It is a bit of a bargain. We have got in the embossing powders in front of me. We have got the silver. Again, that's a big old tub as well. So it's another huge tub for your silver. Again, really good value for money. It is another detail, so that means if you have got those very detailed stamps, that is going to be perfect. It is going to pick up all the detail, but over 60% of the stock has gone. £14.99 is your price. 065986 is your item number. Now I might as well hide this. I won't hide it in front. Dee will like, come on. It's the other, it's
she's
a
really keeping an eye on you, isn't she?
I know. Now, I'm going to remind you those Seychelles bundles. This is just absolutely exquisite. You've got so many dies. I really like these. I really like the effects that you can get with them. I love the fact that you've got so many different dies there, with the cutting edges, without the cutting edges. You can create huge backgrounds if you wanted to. You could create incredible borders. You could create just pretend lace with these, or beautiful faux ribbons, beautiful toppers. I mean, it is such an exquisite collection, and you are saving £12. Just £37.96. That is all you're paying, and it is almost like our second one-day special. Now, that's our second, if you will, but this is a real one. This is a real deal. And it has got a £15 saving here. Stunning. Really, really stunning. You've got borders. You've got those gorgeous, gorgeous frames. You've got your sentiments in there as well. I mean, so many different dies. The standalone dies, even the teeniest, tiniest standalone dies are incredible. But when you start to marry them all up together, they do make some really beautiful cards. Now, you're saving £15. You're only paying £36.95 for 18 gorgeous dies. 312575. That's your item number. Julia.
Right. I need my piece of cut and dry foam.
Well, you're doing that. I'm doing this.
Well, you're doing
because,
that.
yeah. Yeah, I'm showing. Because what I like about this, that background, you can just see the background behind that panel. Doesn't that look effective? But then, because Julie's used that water palette to do the background and then colour in, it tones absolutely perfectly. And that background is all dyes. I mean, it looks like one massive big dye, but actually it is 3 different dyes there to give you that incredible... No, it's 2, isn't it? Well, no, it's 3. You've got your 3 different dyes there to give you that incredible look.
Well, it's actually more
4.
than that. It's,
yeah, of course.
There's 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 dyes on there.
6 dyes. But you get them in your collection, so that's fine. That is so elegant. It's elegant, Julia.
Thank you. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out because I don't seem to have a clean piece of cut and dry foam.
Oh.
But we'll use one that's got something on it, so I might contaminate this, but it's all right, we can clean it out. So, you can stamp with these.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So move that out of the way, give us some room. So I've got a piece of card I've just put a dirty fingerprint on. It's one of those days.
Have you turned into me?
It's you, you're rubbing off on me.
Hooray!
Now this has got mister on it. This has got Bilberry Crush mister on it, so we'll see how we get on. So we can just dip this in here.
It's going to look gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm going to dip that in there.
It'll be a new technique.
Then we can use that to ink up our stamp.
The paint has to be wet, doesn't it?
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
That looks really pretty.
Yeah. And when it dries, you're going to have mica. Obviously, we're getting a bit of... Because we're reactivating the mister that's underneath here, so it's a little bit darker. But you can keep on going, and you can get quite a few out of there.
I like that, though.
Yeah.
Technique, that. Because you've got your dye ink on the sponge, which doesn't have a shine.
It does, actually. This is the Bilberry Crush has got mica in it anyway.
Okay.
So this is going to be double micaed because of the mica.
Because of your Bilberry.
Yeah, but it's got obviously mica in the pastel.
Beautiful.
But, which camera shall I show it to? That one?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's pretty. So you've got that real sheen to that.
Yeah, so it's just kind of starting to dry now. You can see there's a reflection off of it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but see how it's still kept quite a lot of the detail?
Yeah.
It's not as detailed as if you use the VersaFine, but it's still pretty lovely.
And that means that if you wanted to colour that in, you could get that sort of watercolour effect as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
so
you can move it around.
It out.
Yeah, you can move it around, yeah. But
Wonderful.
it's just really, really cool being able to tie everything in. So I've gone ahead and I did some of the larger ones and I've just doubled them up and cut them out with the nasturtium dye as well.
Fabulous. And because you've got your dye to cut them out, it makes it really quick and easy.
It does. So, and looks like I've got a little bit missing there, so I'm going to have to do it this way around anyway. It'll be all right. So I've got oak leaf swag, and I'm just going to cut a little bit off because I don't want all of it.
Okie-dokie. Now, we have got that oak leaf swag on the short as well. This is such a nice dye. With this one, you've got those flourishes. You've, of course, thank you. You've, of course, got the oak leaves as well. Now, as ever, what Sue does, she does a lefty and a righty. So it works because part will come in from that side, part of it will come in from the other side. I couldn't work it out then. So it does give you that proper, it frames it properly.
It does.
They're so good to use.
It's so annoying when you don't have a right and a left.
It really is.
Because we're used to getting rights and lefts now.
Yeah, exactly. You've been treated.
Yeah.
Because it is actually quite unusual. You wouldn't think it was, but it's actually quite unusual to get a left and a right with different foliages, etc. That is absolutely stunning. I love the swirls on this one.
Yes.
They're really pretty,
They are
aren't
really
they?
pretty, and you could cut the swirls off and use the swirls on their own. You could have the leaves on their own, whatever. So it just finishes the card off to have some flowers on, and it's because it's pastel, it's so pretty, and everything ties in because all the colours come from the pastel palette. My background, my main image stamp, and my nasturtiums as well. They're all
really
from
pretty.
the same palette.
And it's lovely because you've used the palette in so many different ways. You've got different tones.
Yeah.
That's just so elegant. Again, I love that background with the dyes. I just think that looks beautiful. And it's big. It's such a big background. I suppose it can be as big as you want it to be, though.
Wherever you want, because there's no outside cutting edges, except obviously when you decide you're going to finish it.
That's cool. Absolutely cool. £37.96, that's your price. You have got a £12 saving for your Seychelles. It is 040010. At the bottom of the screen was your palette. Really like that as well. Beautiful colours. And you can mix and match them, so when you start saving, then obviously you can add to it as well. Now, we've also seen the stamps. Now, these are your nasturtiums. It's a funny word, that, isn't it? This is your nasturtium stamps. Now, with your stamps, you've got all 3 stamps with your, let me read it out properly. So you've got your nasturtium, the shaded nasturtium, and then you've got your pinwheel flower. These are the ones that have got extended delivery because they did sell out in the first hour. You only have to wait till the 22nd January, which is really, really quickly approaching. That's when they're going to be dispatched. So make sure they're in your basket. I would happily recommend getting the dies as well, though. 654716. Now, if you do want the dies, we've got those as well. Now, you've got 6 dies here, so it's going to give you a solid petal with the embossed detail. It's going to give you the cut-out detail as well. Now, again, these are just beautiful. Only $11.99. 234631. That's your item number. Now, we've also got the pinwheel die. Now, this is on extended delivery. This did sell out in the last hour. I really like this. We've had it on a few times, but it's always popular because it's such a useful die collection. You've got your dies, your flowers, and you've got your leaves. You're getting 8 dies in total. 685470. Okay, if there is anything you want, you can order on the website at hochanda.com, or you can give us a ring, 01733602000. Let me what that was. What that was Martian speak. What I was trying to say there, well, let me show you this. So this is your one-day special. You are getting a gorgeous collection of dies. So first of all, this could be your main element. This could be your topper. This could be where you're stamping in. It can be your frame. It could be your aperture. This, you can be creating a full background with that die. It could be a border. You can, again, do so many different things with this one. With this one, again, there's so much you can do with each one. That could be in the card. It could be out the card. You could be creating continuous borders. You could be creating frames with this one. With this stunning die. I mean, again, that is such a useful die. Full backgrounds, borders. It could be married up with any one of the straight edge dies or more to give you those fantastic finishing touches. And then you have got your sentiment. So it is a really nice font just for you, but then it's even got its own frame as well. Let me show you some more cards, because have a look at that. That is such a nice die. Isn't that fabulous? And it's beautiful because whichever way you use it, it's going to look good. It's a very, very elegant die. I tell you what as well, if you've got this in the past, that really goes with the outside edge that we've got in today's collection. So again, they all, honestly, once you start collecting Sue's dies, they make sense, they all go, they follow on. With this one, now, let's start having a look what's in this one. So, you've got that fantastic, hold on a minute, so that one is, I'm looking which this is. I might need Julia's help.
Linear and
so it is, got ya. Is it?
Yeah. It's cut 4 times.
Oh yeah, it's that way. Soz. Right, so it's that way down. Can you see? I couldn't. So it's cut 4 times, but that way. I was thinking it were cut across. Oh, yeah. And look, because of that, can you see how it creates another pattern again? Oh, it's brilliant. See, you just want to get these home and play, don't you? You want to get them home and just cut all the different variations, all the different ways that you can actually use it. Actually, that, exactly the same technique, but different. So, that's them squished together, but look, so it's the same technique. I can see it now, Julie's told me. So same, but left a little space in between. Oh, that's such a good die, isn't it? Have a look at this, look at that. Right, let me work it out. So, that one is, it's that one in the centre, is it, Julia? Yeah, that's stunning. That die is the same as, where have I just put it? It's in my hand. That die is the same as that die. Don't they look different? Isn't that clever? Turn it on its side, cut in a different bit of card. It looks so different. That's what I like about these. This is where you're going to get value for money. Look at that. That is just stunning. That's just, again, that one die at the edge, that frames it incredibly, doesn't it? It adds that pow to that one. Obviously, the centre element is just sensational, but it just gives you such an amazing finish. Look at this one again. And this one, when you're lining those up, right, let's work this one out. So, and I like this game. It's my favourite game. So that one is that one. In it, is it, Julia? Yeah. That one's that one. Yeah. And then that one is that one again, yeah, but cut into the card, not cut out the card. Then that one is the bottom, but used with that die so it cuts out the card. Yay! So you're making a full panel. Love it. Love it. See, it's great fun. Imagine.
Those are the stamps on the show. Those are the Floral Happiness to do the background. That's not a pattern paper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've made the paper.
Nice one. Excellent. So it's, yeah, so it's just the gorgeous stamps. It's lovely. Oh, aren't they good? See, imagine playing with these. Honestly, you just get loads and loads and loads of scrap paper, scrap card. There's card stuff that you don't like, the bills that you're never going to pay. Just cut them all up and find out. I'm only joking. Oops. I mean, who does that? Who forgets to pay bills? So all you need to do is keep cutting and mix them up, match them up, see what different things you can do. I tell you what's really nice with these, if you've got an art journal book, cut loads of configurations, put right notes so you remembered which dies, and put them all in your art journal books. It's going to look really, really pretty, but it's like a visual diary of your creative journey with your dies. I know, that sounds quite good, that, didn't it? Back fifth hour, I won't be talking any sense at all, so make the most out of it now. Now then, £15 off. That means you are only paying $36.95 for this collection. It is stunning. 312-575. That's your item number. Now check the website out. It is hochanda.com. The oak leaf swag, that's busy, but I'm not surprised because that is such a versatile die. Now, we're also busy for the gorgeous Pick and Mix misters. Oh, I love the misters. And these are the misters, again, that you can create so many different backgrounds with. They are fab. In fact, our Julia's done a swatch with the misters.
With the non-micas.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, shall I show you misters?
So
you've got to pick and mix with them, so you can pick 3 items. So you've got the non-mica.
There's 3 non-micas. So you've got Purple Orchid, which is that one.
Beautiful. It's a little bit of Purple Orchid just there, which looks gorgeous. Lovely colour tone.
Yeah. Then we've got
that mixes when with the thing you done at your palette.
Yeah. Then we've got the soft moss.
Beautiful.
Then we've got the Mulberry Mist, which is my favourite.
Yeah, that's so rich, isn't it?
I like them nice, and I don't like...
You don't wishy-washy?
I don't like light misting, I like heavy misting.
I like that.
This is the mica. This is Bilberry Crush.
That's ace. So that's the one you had on your dirty sponge?
Yes.
Your mucky sponge.
This is the Blue Lime.
This is my favourite.
This is lovely.
That's my favourite.
I like it when... Because if you do it heavy, where the ink pools, that's where the mica pools.
Yeah, yeah. That's just
stunning,
lovely.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
This is the Mango Blush.
Nice. Cheeky bit of mango.
Which works really well with the next one, which is the Antique Rose.
Oh, that's pretty. And then
we've got the Blue Ice.
Beautiful.
And then we've got Silver.
Excellent. Silver's a good all-rounder.
Yes.
Okay, now it is a pick and mix, only $10.99 for any 3 colours. The choice is yours. Have a look, have a little perusal. Go and find your favourite. That's mine. For sure, that collection. Which is unusual. Oh, no, it isn't. That's mine.
That's lovely as well, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, those 3.
Yeah, all 3. Boom! That's what you can do. £10.99, 683 174. 10 minutes, our Julia.
That's fine, that's fine. Now, when I was going through Sue's samples, I pilfered one of her demo packs.
Good choice.
Because I thought it's such a shame not to use it. So we're going to do like a triptych card with the Hamilton.
Okay. So
I've gone ahead and done some, and this is my piercing, it's not the piercing. I've gone ahead and done some cutting. So what I did first of all, out of coconut white card, is I've just cut
this die into a piece of coconut white card twice. Then I've stuck a piece of wisteria card on the back. Ignore all my millions of foam tape on the back. And then I've gone in and taken this die and cut in to make a hole.
Beautiful.
And then
that's through both layers.
Through both layers, and then you get it nice and neat. And then obviously loads of foam tape, and that's going to be my looking into bit.
Oh yes, I remember this one when I saw this.
So mine's going to be slightly different because I'm using the bits and pieces on the show today.
Wonderful.
This is what we're going to make now, which is going to be one of my pieces to look into.
Stunning.
Like that. Okay. So Sue used self-adhesive and Diamond Snow probably. So we need to just stamp a little piece here. So I'm going to use the my favourite stamp from the Floral Happiness, this little filler stamp.
Oh, how fabulous.
And I'm using the Violet Haze Colour Cloud.
Okay.
I'm just going to stamp it next to each other.
Super.
And this is, I mean, you call them filler stamps as well, don't you?
Yeah.
They fill in your gaps whenever you're making a background. A little stamp like this, it's just invaluable.
Do you know, it is funny. Like when you look at stamp designs, I've got one a little bit similar to. Isn't it funny how we come up with the same ideas? You know, as crafters.
Yeah, and sometimes you think, oh no, I've copied, but you haven't, because you haven't seen it before.
No, I've never seen it. I like that one though.
Yeah,
that's
so do
nice.
I.
That looks like oh, what's it called? Like you know, your dandelion, the clock.
Yeah, it does. It does. Either that, or it's a bit of ink that you've gone and blown out with a straw or something.
Yeah. These are the gorgeous stamps. Floral Happiness. And you do get a lot of stamps here.
I think Matt said there's 29.
29, so there are. Now, with this one, brilliant filler inners, brilliant pattern builders. And of course, with stuff like this, you're creating frames. You're creating so many different looks. I do like these as well, the sentiments, because you've got that open sentiments are perfect for colouring in. And you do get loads of gorgeous sentiments. If you would like those, all 29 stamps, you can get all of those for just $11.99. It's good value for money.
It is, and you know, there's no point looking at a stamp set and thinking, well, shall I get that? That's good value, but there's only about 6 I'll use. You use everything on here. You've got foliage, you've got flowers, you've got sentiments. There's even a tiny heart. You've got foliage with a stalk, so you can stick your flower on the end of it.
Marvellous.
Which aren't the same as foliage that finishes, you know, the leaf points.
I see where you're going.
You know what I mean?
I see where you're going. There.
So you can build yourself a little scene if you want to.
Yeah, they're nice.
They are.
$11.99. 673-463 is your item number for those.
Numbers again?
The Colour Cloud, yes. Can't do numbers today. It's been a long week. So you've got your Crimson Kiss, and then you've got your Violet Haze. If you would like to get hold of these ones, it is your Colour Cloud. So again, lots of techniques that you can do with these. It is 021185. That's the colours that our jeweller's using at present. But we have got another set for you. You've got your Ocean Blue, that looks rather nice. And then you've got your Jade Forest. Only £10.99, 405 372. We've just got 6 minutes left, our Julia.
It's plenty, it's fine, it's fine. Yes, so all I've done is just stuck my, I cut die 1 out of the set, and I've just glued that on top. You know, I only needed to do a piece that was going to be big enough.
Marvellous.
And then I'm just going to stick some pearls on here to finish it off.
So you can see straight into it. So you could, if you were 3Ding it, you'd be looking sort of more, give it more depth looking into it, put it straight down, and you've got that beautiful background. So again, you've got different options, even just with that one.
Yeah. It's and of course you could make a whole background just out of that little die.
Yeah, you could.
You'd have to have the patience of a saint.
Yeah, you would.
But
or about 12 sets of the die.
Or about 12 sets of the die. That's the thing. If you've got it already and you think, oh, I don't want that, you know, get another one, and then you can cut down your prep time.
Cut down your time.
Yeah, don't put 97 million layers of. I didn't think that through, did I?
No.
Yeah, they're all off.
It's okay. Well, you're lining up.
Yeah.
Okay, so look over the top and be careful. Perfect.
Okay, and then
yeah, that's so
this
pretty.
One as well.
Oh,
come here. See, I'm using mounting cushion, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm just gonna...
Get the one itself.
This is the one.
Oh, that one.
This is the one. Will it fit?
No!
I really like these. It is your stitch now. What's cool about these? If I spin that around, for starters, it's massive. Absolutely massive. $26.99. That's such a good price, Freedom members. You've got a stitch. Sorry about my dog's finger. It is ink. You've got a stitch on the outside, and it's yesterday ink. Can I have a shower? Stitch on the outside of the cut side line. Stitch on the inside of the cut line. So that means your apertures have got the stitch detail. Your mat and layers have got the stitch detail. They're brilliant. They're brilliant.
They are absolutely brilliant. And can I just run behind?
Sure you can, Julia. We can do what we fancy.
Because we made these yesterday, or made one yesterday.
I say that, bosses will probably say, no, you can't.
Well, I have done. See, I pitched this idea from Sue. We made this one yesterday, the blue one, and I bought that one with me. Ooh. Obviously, slightly different colourway.
So that's that stamp?
That's the pinwheel flower, yes. But what I wanted to show you was this border here, it's Sue's idea, is using the stitched rectangles to make a border.
Of course.
Cut the largest ones out together, the largest two, cut them down, and you can make a border. So
that's
think
really
outside
nice.
The box.
And it does. I mean, I can see. I don't know if you can see, but you can see that stitch detail, and that makes it look. Oh yeah, you can look at that. That looks so pretty. And is that that's
a stamp.
That's the stamp and the die.
Yeah, and the die, and then the leaves. Yeah,
beautiful. See, that's why they sold out yesterday, because that is a stunning, stunning card. We have got those back in stock, but it is on extended delivery. We have got that incredible die set, and it's on Hochanda Freedom price, which means you get a discount, which means you're not paying postage, which means you can do so many different things with that. 861443, that is a must-have for your collection. She says, still not having it and still regretting it. 2 minutes, sorry, Julie.
Right, okay, so all I've done is, you saw me stick that on the top. I've just stacked the other one on top, and we could, I've got two different options here. We could use the Just For You from the all-night frame and stick that onto the die there, and that would be beautiful. Or we could go with the stamps again, and we could have the Just For You from the stamps, and then we've got the colours coming from the outside. So both of them will work.
Yeah, I like the stamp, I think.
We'll have the stamp, and we'll put the stamp down.
I think that looks really effective.
Yeah.
That's such a pretty card.
It is, isn't it? I can't, like I say, I've pilfered it off Sue, just adapted it a little bit, but there you go.
No, that's so elegant. So elegant, and it shows the versatility of that one die set. And I mean, you can still do so much more out of that set. So many different configurations. It is your one-day special. Have a look at some of these. So you have
She's got the Hamilton in there. She's teamed it up with lots of other dies. This is like a grungy chic kind of look. I love it when Sue does cards like this.
Yeah, that's so pretty, isn't it? And actually, where she's got the flourishes,
you could use the Oakley swag instead,
because that would work instead.
This is the Sweetheart flower, but you could use either the Pinwheel Floral, just the outer die of that, or the nasturtium, just the solid die of that, and pinch them up in the same way.
Yeah, so you can definitely get that look. That's a good background. I love these big backgrounds.
That's misters on acetate.
Oh, nice.
With glue to bind it with tissue paper.
That looks really good, doesn't it?
I know, it's a bit messy, but it's really cool.
Who cares? That looks good.
And that's a combining. You've got the linear and elegance edge, the infinity, and the prism there.
Beautiful. And then, of course, your gorgeous open flowers. We've only got seconds. You do need to check your baskets out. It's beautiful. We've got so many good kits on this show. So many ways of working with them, and obviously so many different effects that you can achieve. Now, you're going to be back for final call at 5 o'clock. Make sure you tune in. What have you got up your sleeve for 5?
Whatever I've got left.
It's going to be a surprise all round. I will see you not in the next hour, in the one after that, whatever time that is. So I will see you then, so make sure you tune in. Thank you, Julie. I really enjoyed that. That was lovely. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Coming up next, we have got fabrics with the Mill Shop online. We've also then got your tonic. Oh, I don't know what will be left for the weekend, well, to be fair. And then we're mixing it up with indigo blue. You can tune into Crafty Market.
I'm Hayley from Craft Yourself Silly, and we're really excited to still be working with you guys here on Hochanda. We were there from the very, very beginning, and we're still bringing you lots of really exciting soft crafts. We design and manufacture all of our kits and all of our fabrics here in the UK, and we love bringing them to you. So if you're an experienced sewer or you're just starting out in soft crafts and sewing, join us. There's tips and fabrics for everybody. Make sure you don't miss our shows and come and craft yourself silly on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Emma.
And I'm Pam.
And we're from Quilters Trading Post. We've been open since 2007, so we're coming up to 10 years now.
We started our business in Cambridge, really, with a long arm quilting machine. We decided we wanted to make a proper business of it, so we bought a shop in this area. We soon grew out of that because we became successful, and we bought a school, and now we're in the school.
We have 4 parts to our business. We have the quilting service, we run workshops, we sell patchwork and quilting threads, fabrics and notions, and we do patterns and books. That's our newest thing, and our favourite being our Crafters Carry-All.
We've really enjoyed being on Hochanda. It's made us famous, really. We've got lots of people who now come into the shop and tell us that they've seen us, and that they've enjoyed the demonstrations, and they've watched us over and over again.
Make sure you don't miss our shows here on Hochanda.
Hello, I'm Phil Martin. I'm a member of the Creative Expressions team. Sentimentally Yours is my brand of photopolymer and rubber stamps, and I also have my paper pads and cosmic shiver products that coordinate perfectly. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all on Hochanda, so please join me for my shows where I can share some of my hints and tips with you.
Hello there, really good afternoon to you. Thank you for watching. The time's 2 o'clock and we're here with Joe from the Mill Shop on.
Hi, Matt.
Nice to see you, Joe.
And you.
Now, we're so lucky to be friends with you, Joe, because as Hochanda is, Hochanda, the home of crafts, hobbies and arts, we're only as good as our suppliers and friends like you that bring these beautiful things, beautiful fabrics. Yeah, it's true. Kind, yeah, we're so pleased to have you on board because you've got some, I'm going to call them quite magical items as well.
They are quite magical, yeah. A little bit different for us. So we like to, obviously, as you all know, that it's all about our fabrics, which we always do, some beautiful collections of fabrics, but we thought we'd do a little kit this time and stitch the dog kit.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful and really busy earlier on because you were here bright and early at 8 a.m.
That's correct, yeah,
so
early.
If anybody wants to catch that on Rewind, you can do. Rewind is our catch-up service. Rather funky name, that, Rewind. But yeah, what do we get then in our kit? And we're making a little stitch dog.
Yeah, here we go, this little stitch.
Yeah.
Would you like to have a little look?
Yeah.
There we go.
Really sweet. It looks like it could be a beginner's project as well. Not
it could be for any ability. Obviously, my design consultation with my 8-year-old daughter Lily was always a key factor to this. So it's any ability. But everything you get in the kit, you get your full instructions. You get a full pattern as well. So you get the pattern, the cutting out pattern.
Let's have a look at that. So you've got your pattern there. As you say, your design consultations with Lily.
Yeah, it's gone well.
Have come back, and then so she made her changes that she
did
required.
Indeed, yes.
Okay, you know you can set that off against your tax, don't you? If,
well, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know. I'm not an expert.
I think we'll keep that to ourselves.
So here we go. You've got your template and the instructions. Do you know what? It's not too wordy at all.
No, nice and simple.
Yeah.
I mean, we've put little handy hints on there as well, so it's a nice step-by-step guide. You'll find your own way of doing it, but it gives you a good sort of template to work to.
Yeah. Do you reckon that if I was buying this as a gift for somebody and they weren't to see the live show at all, they'd be able to do it?
Comfortably,
no
yeah. Okay. And that's how it's designed. It's designed that you can pick it up and have a go yourselves.
Okay. And what's the colourway here on the fabric that you've chosen?
This is the haberdashery collection.
Haberdashery. Okay. Oh yeah, because you got your scissors. Really popular. Actually, I don't know if it's because our lovely Stitch the Dog is made in the haberdashery set, but this is the most popular.
Yes, it's been popular though. It's probably my favourite as well. I think that's why we chose to make Stitch today in the haberdashery collection.
Yeah, it's a difficult choice though when you start talking favourite. But before we go into the other options on the fabric then, Joe, take us through what we get. Will I need to add anything?
You won't indeed. What you've got there, Matt, you've got your fabric choice. Okay. You've got your fuser web.
That's there.
Okay, which we all know me for the fuser web, which we'll use shortly.
Now that's one of the magical items.
It is the magical item. Yeah, Mr. Fuser Web is here again.
There's that there. Yeah.
You've got obviously your 3 fabrics there. You've also got a little padded element here. It's like a bonded interlining, which helps with the ears.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Gives them a stiffness.
Yeah.
You've got your needle, you've got your thread, your buttons, and your wadding, so the wadding to fill it up.
Okay,
we've put a lot of wadding in the pack as well, because I've done packs in the past where you don't have enough wadding, you end up raiding your own stash and trying to add little bits and little scraps of fabric. There's plenty of wadding in there for the actual Stitch himself.
Yeah, I just thought I'd put Stitch the Dog next to that bag of wadding, because actually, you can physically see there is way more than required, so you're not scrimping or saving on that at all, and you're giving us enough. And there, actually, while we're on that shot, you can see there the stiffener on his ears too.
We'll show that in the demo shortly.
Yeah, okay, all right, Joe. Well, that's our one option there, the haberdashery option for Stitch the Dog. Great beginner project.
It is,
or anything that you might want to make, no matter how many years you've been sewing. It's a lovely little project to make for somebody. And your details on the screen to get it today. $11.99 being your Freedom price, including delivery if you're with Freedom. And it's $14.99 plus delivery if you're not. But take us through the colour options that we've got here.
Okay, yeah, we've got all the collections here then, Matt. So obviously the haberdashery, which is really popular, and which is Stitch is made into.
Approaching half the stock gone there.
Yeah, no, very much so. We've tried to find some more for you because you've all been very popular with that one.
Gosh, could well go this out. Yeah.
We've got then the poppy design, which I know Leonie this morning really liked. She wanted a dress in that one.
Yes, she would do.
Yeah, she was liking the red there. So it's a lovely collection. Most of the collections actually have a polka dot with them and then a plain, just to complement. As you know, at the Mill Shop Online, we really work together at all our fabric collections to try and get a lovely match to them. And a nice colour match in there as well.
There's your poppy with the lovely polka dot and the green then on there too. So haberdashery and poppy, very busy on them too so far already. And then you've got floral.
We've got the floral, which we'll be showing in this sort of setup demo over shortly.
Yeah,
really nice green on that one, a nice sage green with the flower that's got the green inside the flower as well. So they really complement together.
Yeah, do you know, my eyes have just focused in on that, because you've got the sage green on the polka dot, but that's picking out the greens on the pink backing fabric. Really nice combination, that. After that, you've got the
This is Lily's favourite. This is all round my house. There's scraps of it everywhere with various projects. The flower power on there, so...
good choice. So you've got your hot pink there, Hochanda pink, with your beautiful purple there. I might like a shirt in that as well.
Yeah, I quite like an apron in that as well.
Yeah,
it's a good choice of outfit.
All right, our next show, Joe, our next show. But then look at that, the flower power. That could be anything. That could be fireworks, flowers, all sorts. That's like a real explosion of colour.
It is, isn't it? It's a good bit of fun there as well.
Yeah.
I think in January we need a bit of brightness in our lives.
I'm with you on that one. Definitely with you on that one. With January, long days and everything, long nights and everything. And then the nursery, yes.
A little bit of fun. You've got the little nursery range again, lots of colour in there. So you've got that real sort of peacock, vibrant blue.
Yeah.
You've got the little animals there with the cats and the pigs, and it's a bit of fun there.
Yeah,
a little bit of fun.
See the cats peeping through. That's the first time I've ever seen a cat peeping through a polka dot. I think it's brilliant. It's such a cool design.
Why not? Eh?
Yeah. It's doable, isn't it? In fabric design, you can do whatever you want. And then what are you calling this next one?
This is the bicycle.
Ah, okay then.
Okay. Yeah. Just a hint in the picture there, Matt.
Yeah.
Again, the colours there.
That one.
Yeah. So you've got the bicycle there, you've got the polka dot, and you've got the plain white that's all matching as well.
Gotcha. That's a busy one, the bicycles. Love the vintage as well. Look at this. Is that like a Hessian style sackcloth?
That's a linen, actually, Matt.
Linen, is it?
So all your first few collections are all 100% cotton. They're a lightweight cotton.
Nice.
Okay, so this one is actually 100% vintage linen.
Do you know what? I had to touch it to feel it, because it looks really kind of wonderfully grainy and Hessian-like. But actually, it's really soft when you touch it. It's beautiful.
It's one of our very popular designs, actually, and we obviously do it in the fabric bundles as well. But it's a real sort of vintage look, all those connotations of history and memories and all those different things.
Yeah, I know. I was admiring the cushion behind in the set. You can't see it now, but it's just well, actually, you can see it just peeping into shot. I was admiring the cushion in that.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
For your home furnishings. Nice. That's the beautiful. That's the vintage set. You actually get a good view of it there on the cushions. You can really see the imagery. That's very nice, that. Think about that, £11.99 including delivery and your fabric of choice to make Stitch the Dog. And last but not least,
it's the Butterfly Garden.
Butterfly Garden, very nice.
And the Butterfly Garden is slightly heavier weight cotton as well, so it gives you a different variety as you go through, but again, suitable for the stitch project. And obviously in the fabric bundles we do, it's a great weight of fabric as well.
And you've got your gingham on there too, that lovely sort of a purple gingham, and that's matching up with your butterflies in there too, and the leaves and the flowers on that. Have a look at the website, because there's a lot on there, all those magical items that we talk about with Joe, including your 2 metres worth of fuse web. It's 20 inches wide, and it will come with instructions on how to use it. It's got 5-star reviews. The cushion pads, you will barely want to cover them. They're that good quality. They're such good quality cushion inserts. Available in 18-inch and 16-inch they are. If you've bought them before, review them. Please review them, because they are such high-grade quality. And then the tonic scissors. These are the forged fabric scissors, 10-inch size on them. They are top-notch quality, they are. And they are on a freedom price. Take advantage while they are. They may not always be. So yeah, have a look on the website, hochanda.com. You've got things like your threads on there, as well as everything else myself and Joe have already gone through. Have you bought your Stitch the Dog yet? If you have, this is the bit to watch for the live demonstration now. So Joe, where are you at in terms of
what we're going to do, we're going to sort of run through it, basically.
Okay.
So obviously in your kit, you get your lovely box there with all your goodies in there, so it comes in a lovely little box with everything in there. So you get your full instructions as you go through, with little handy hints as well, because we've really tried and tested how to do it. I mean, you guys, all you crafters always do your own ways as well. So as we go through, you've got your pattern. Okay, so you can see your paper pattern there, and on the paper pattern itself it shows how many elements you need to cut out. So for example, the head, obviously we'll need 2 elements. Okay, and also on each element you'll find a little symbol that says iron. Those iron elements are what we're going to use the fuser web for. Okay, so the first stage really is cutting out your pattern pieces. If I cut one of the head ones out, obviously using paper scissors, not my fabric scissors.
Oh yes, of course, you didn't want to read fabric scissors.
I said earlier I caught my son using my fabric scissors the other day on crafting elements. I was like, it didn't go down very well. So
that says it all. You don't even need to follow it up. All you need to say is
yeah, it's a no-no in my house.
It's a big no-no.
There we go.
So the right scissors for the right job. Could we copy the... don't worry if it's a no, but can we copy the...
of course we can.
The pattern and use it again?
Keep copies. You know, it's that's the beauty of it. You can keep making more and more, you know, get some more fabrics, get some more bundles, and get your pieces together.
Okay. Stuff.
So what we've got there, we've chose the floral design that we spoke about earlier. Okay. Lovely floral design there. Okay, so we've actually cut all our elements out. You can see that there. If I get rid of that. And we've laid, you can see that we do not scrimp on the piece of fabric you get. You don't have to put them too close together. All the elements that you need, okay, fit really nicely on there. What a little handy hint that I find, we can pin your little template together when you're cutting it out. But I get a little glue stick, just a cheap glue stick, okay, and just dab it round, all the way round, okay. It won't damage the fabric, it will peel straight off. But what it does, it makes it a lot easier to actually cut out your template piece. Okay. All right. We joked about this morning because obviously people know me from my very big scissors.
It's huge.
But somebody sneakily left me a pair of scissors from Tonic Studios, and these very, very shiny ones. And I don't like to offend my scissors because they've got their own personalities. But these scissors are great, and at the Mill Shop Online we highly recommend them. They're outstanding on fabrics. And
well, luckily they're on a freedom price now as well.
So we're going to cut our first piece out. Okay. As we go around. Okay. Again, cut into the template size, nice and easy. I would say as a whole, Matt, the project itself takes about 2 hours. Okay, so again, it's a nice length of time.
You've got all your templates stuck there, so there's no problem. They're not going anywhere.
Okay. And when we've cut it out, you can see, I'm just going to peel this straight off.
Now that's the one you stuck live as well with us, so yes.
It's fine.
Actually,
it just makes it a lot easier. We used to, I started off doing the project and we were pinning it on, and obviously with Lily as well being 8 years old, it was a bit trickier. The templates don't always stay on, so just a little glue stick just round the edge, a nice little handy hint there. Okay, so once we've got all our components and we're putting all the components here that have the little iron symbol on, they're the ones that we're going to use the lovely fuser web for. So we're going to get our piece of fuser web. from our kit.
Comes in the kit, yeah.
Comes in the kit, and obviously we sell it as well as a separate product because it is a beautiful, brilliant product for any crafting. You can see the Gore-Tex on the back.
Yeah, that's
so that's a
grid.
glue element.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure when we're drawing the little template up, we're actually putting it on the paper side. Okay, so we've got one of our inner ear sections. I'm just going to draw around.
The inner ear. That's if you're a medical student, we know that's not. We know it's not what an inner ear really looks like.
Okay, so I'm going to get my lovely tonic scissors.
If you draw that in your GCSE, you won't get any.
You won't.
No.
You will not pass.
Yeah, no. But we mean the inner ear there. That's it.
Okay, so then we're going to cut that section out.
Just thought I'd clarify that.
Okay. There we go. So that's our inner ear section. So when we've got all our components together, get all the elements ready, so all your fabric cutouts, all your fusee web cutouts, then we can start creating it and building it together. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure the iron's on. We're going to get one of our outer ear sections.
The outer ear, okay. And again, if you're asked by your teachers to draw an outer ear, that won't get you any prizes.
So we've got the outer section there, and this is our bonded lining for our ear. It stiffens it up, gives it a little bit of body, so it's not a floppy ear. Okay, so it's nice and easy to create. So again, we've used our template and we've drawn it on the outside. One side is quite fluffy. Okay, so you'll feel that. And the outside there is a nice smooth finish.
And that smooth finish, that's going to be the one on show.
Okay, so we're going to cut that one out.
Again, all these elements are in your kit today, so for $14.99 plus delivery, or a very generous $11.99 including delivery. Don't forget that gives you the instructions, the pattern, the templates and everything that you can reuse again with lovely fabrics that you might get from the mill shop online in the months and years to come. But you'll have the details already in your kit that you can overuse again and again and again.
So we're ready for fusee web. Okay. A beautiful fusee web. So we've got our components to make an ear. Okay. We've got a little iron here, my trusty iron. So what I'm doing first is getting my fusee web onto the rear of the actual ear itself, and we're just going to iron that straight on. Okay. The more you use the fusee web, the more that you'll experiment with different projects, because it is brilliant. Yeah, I mean, it sticks anything from making a helmet for your blinds. I've actually been experimenting with a little cushion template as well, with a non-sew cushion. Okay. And so far, so good. With two children in the house, it hasn't destroyed yet.
That's good to know.
You know, so we might bring that in another show.
I was going to say, it might be a future kit or a future project.
There we go. Yeah. So we've got our first section there. You can then start to see the Gore-Tex of the glue on the fusee web. All right. And we've got our ear, our outer ear. Yep. And we're going to stick that in there and literally press it down. Straight away you can start to see it taking shape and it's stiffer.
Excellent stuff.
Right. So now we've got the inner ear. Exactly the same process. Okay, we're going to stick that on there.
So satisfying, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I was lost in my little world of fusee web then, wasn't I?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's actually brilliant. There's a reason why the fusee web is sold by the roll as well, because it's so useful. Yes, you will get it in your kit today, but if you need it by the roll to do extra jobs as well, then if you want extra fusee web, we'll pop details on the screen for you also. We're making the ear, so we're just placing on the inner ear now. We're doing exactly the same as we just did with the outer ear, and we're just making the inner ear. But
there we go. Okay, there's your ear, all ready to go. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to show you the actual wadding itself and the actual face construction, the head itself. Okay. So you can see all the components here. You've got the muzzle there, you've got its nose and the buttons. So the buttons will complement the fabrics.
Very important point.
Okay, we won't just chuck any old button in there. There'll be a nice colour match there, so they really go together well.
Yeah, we noticed we've got the darker buttons here with the haberdashery choice, the most popular choice today so far, because you're on at 8 o'clock, of course, Joe.
Yes, that's right.
We can see the green buttons, sage colour, going really well with the floral option on your fabric today.
So we've got our head. When we've got our two pieces, what we're doing together, we're getting all our elements together. Okay, these are the legs that I started doing earlier. Okay, so what you can see, they're starting to take shape because it's a very, very simple stitch. Okay, we're just stitching the two elements together all the way around, hence the name Stitch. He has actually got some sewing involved.
Yeah.
Okay, so with this stuffing element that we're going to create the head, we're going to take our wadding. Here's our lovely wadding.
I love this rustic edge that he's got as well. I love it.
He is fun, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think that's what I like about him. It's just, you know, he's got a bit of character.
Yeah, like it's proper wrong sides together, as in the right side then shows on the outside, and you've got that stitch, rather than sewing the right sides together and having it all neat and tidy when you turn it through.
I mean, you can do it
really
whichever way you'd like to, and really experiment with your fabric and really swap it around and change it to different ways.
Yeah, brilliant sort of rustic edge to him. Love him.
So we've got our lovely head there. Okay, and what we've done, every element, we mustn't sew up to the end yet. We must leave an opening at the bottom because we're going to fill it. Okay, and like I said before, when we're actually filling it, we've given you lots of wadding. Okay, because there is nothing worse than actually getting to your project and you haven't got enough, and you've got to find an old pair of socks to cut up and stick in there.
Yeah,
or a purple shirt or, you know, something like that.
Shall I put this down, or...? no, we've just used toy stuffing on this one, though.
There we go.
Yeah, toy stuffing.
And the wadding is great. We do sell it by the 250 gram bag as well, so if you need it for other projects.
Yeah, you get a lot in that 250 gram bag as well. A lot. It's big. In fact, there's one, it's sort of teetering on the brink. It might fall off any second. Yeah, there you go. I thought it was going to... Yeah, it just fell off. Right at the right moment. The perfect timing there, yeah. Sorry if it got you in the face, Joe.
That's all right.
So, yeah, there's your 250 gram bag of stuffing, toy stuffing. It's a big one. Do not eat this much candy floss in one go, because... you won't feel very well, but that's toy stuffing. Should we throw that back again? Right.
There we go, that's good. Like I said earlier, I've got a cotton wool phobia, so it's quite hard for me to use the wadding, but we're getting through it, so
we're doing all right. 250 gram bag.
So we've got our little head there, it's all nicely stuffed, and it's nice and full, okay? There's nothing worse, like I said, you want lots of stuffing on there, so we're going to take our little ears, okay? And we're going to just get some of your fabric glue, any fabric glue that you've got in your kit.
Okay, find that on the website, the fabric glues that we have.
And we're going to put a little dab of glue just at the bottom of each ear, okay, and then we're going to stick those ears on, and you can see little stitch starting to take shape. So like so, hold on there for about a minute. You can see straight away you've got your little stitch head, okay, taking shape. There we go. All right.
That's the floral option as well. Details on the left-hand side. Same item number, lots of different options. This is the haberdashery option. We'll zip through them in due course.
So it's really all about having a go with the project itself. Follow the little step-by-steps guide. Really experiment with the fabric choices that you want. You know, and that's the hardest thing, I think. Choosing great, but choosing the fabric itself.
Choosing your colourway is a difficult choice.
Very much so.
Joe, thank you very much for showing us how simple and easy it is. But we did ask you, we said, look, even if you weren't to watch the live show, could you still give this to somebody and they're going to follow the instructions and it's going to be
very easy, very easy.
All right, so there's a giftable price point, isn't it, as well? I'm all about that at the moment. I seem to be doing that at the moment. Oh, this is a giftable. But it's true, it's like... That's a nice price to spend for somebody.
Yeah, I think so, and that's what we like to work at the Mill Shop Online, is a price that is relevant. Like you say, it's for a gift. If you're going to give it to somebody else, it's a nice price range.
Yeah, it's not like 30, 40, 50 or 100 and something. It's like literally $14.99 plus delivery to get a really nice kit, or $11.99 including delivery if you're with Freedom today. So yeah, the colour options, very swiftly we can run through those and we can show you now how easy it is to order at the same time. You can see here your different colourways on the fabric options. You've got your floral that we just demonstrated with, and the floral option is that one there, the third one along from the left. You get everything the same. You get different colourways on the buttons though. You'll always get buttons to match. So in the picture you'll just see one set of buttons, but Joe says he'll make sure your buttons all match. You've then got your vintage design. That's the one on the bottom row. We can click on that and show you. It's one of my favourites, that is, and that's a linen. It's a beautiful, beautiful fabric, that. The linen, and again you've got those full instructions there also. Haberdashery, that's the most popular one. The item number there is for you at the top. It's 693334, and you're making a big saving when you're a member of Freedom. Makes a big difference, that. Just to reiterate, Joe, before we talk about our fabrics behind us here, you get everything in that kit.
You do, yeah. There's nothing, we don't miss anything out. You get everything you need to complete it.
Even
from
the
needle.
Yeah, needle and thread, you even get that.
You do indeed. And a lovely little box box.
Yeah,
which is good.
Beautifully
yeah,
presented.
we're very much against, you know, the whole plastic thing as well. Let's get rid of that plastic.
Yeah.
Let's put the box in there, and it's a nice, quirky little look in as well.
Unnecessary, all that unnecessariness. For example, when you buy your organza that we're about to go through in a minute, not straight away, literally that's how it comes to your package, to your organza. So it's good. It's minimal packaging, etc. Okay, so the fat quarters then that we'll go through. Now, has one of the fabric options on Stitch the Dog taken your fancy, and you're thinking, oh, I like that fabric? Well, it's available in fat quarters as well.
It is, yeah.
How is it done? Because I see some pom-poms here.
There is indeed, yeah. It's my favourite little pom-poms. Okay, so your bundle itself, you get your 3 fat quarters. Okay. So your haberdashery option, with your polka dot, with your plain. It's almost like a calico sort of finish to it. And then 2 metres of matching pom-poms. So for any projects that you're doing, obviously if it's a quilting project or it's just a general craft project, great little usage there.
Is 2018 the year of the pom-pom?
I think it is.
It could
well
definitely
is for me, and definitely for the mill shop.
They've been growing, haven't they?
Yeah.
Pom-poms have been getting bigger and bigger these last couple of years. Pom-poms like on the woolly hats as well.
Yeah, that's right.
It is 2018. We're going to see them going for it. Pom-poms literally are getting bigger and bigger. I can see a big one coming in towards me very, very quickly. No, there's a tiny one. There's a tiny one. Here's a tiny pom-pom. Here's a tiny one. There's a huge one. I didn't mean to knock me over. Oh, I did a comedy roll, Joe.
You did. It's very good, man.
There.
I've seen that before somewhere. I think it was this morning, wasn't it?
I know. They were all over the place in the 70s. It was all about the slapstick. So there are your pom-poms. You could literally make one any size, couldn't you, once you've got the right...
Hi. You can indeed, yeah. I mean, it is the year of the pom-pom. The mill shop online, we love pom-poms. Everybody there, we're really obsessed at the moment with the organza pom-poms especially, which we will show shortly.
Let's get back on topic and talk about our fat quarters. This is what started us off on the pom-pom groove. That's your haberdashery option. Next is your lovely poppy.
The poppy option, yeah. So you've got the real bright, real sort of emerald green with the poppies on there, your red polka dot, and then 2 metres of pom-pom trim.
Again, 2 metres of pom-pom. I can see a huge pom-pom coming in towards me. No, sorry, not so that's your poppy option. And then this is the florals.
The floral option. This is a stitch one that we've just done. I love the floor, actually. So I think it's the green that really sets it off. So you've got the floral, the polka dot in the sort of a sagey green, really. And then your sort of natural calico. And then your pom-pom trim.
Lovely. Still with the pom-poms, so 2 metres worth of pom-poms. And then our next one is the Flower Power.
Flower Power, yeah, Lily's favourite, the Flower Power. It's like I said, everything in my house at the moment is covered in the Flower Power, so we've got a lot of that around the house.
That's Lily, your 8-year-old daughter's to blame for that. Or to thank for that one. Yeah.
So again, you've got the real vibrant pink. You've got obviously the flower that's there and the polka dot, and with your pom-pom trim.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you get your 3 fat quarters.
Okay.
Okay.
So your item number on screen is the same each time, 812358, no matter which set you're going through on the fat quarters. Do you know, I think...
It's your favourite, isn't it?
I think
it makes you smile, that's what it is.
It makes me smile, but it depends what I'm making. You see, I could make a lovely cushion for the living room in the bicycles that we'll get to. I adore the vintage that we're also going to get to. I see all of the benefits of the ones we've seen, but in terms of different...
Yeah, it is quirky, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, a pig and a cat, why not? Best friends.
Exactly. Exactly, why not? I think that's the whole point. It just reminds you of... Why not? It's the innocence and the imagination of a child
and hence
or a baby.
The nursery theme for it. So, and with the vibrant sort of peacock blue, it really brings it together. And again, you've got a lovely white pom-pom trim.
Yeah, the white pom-poms. Love those. And if you wanted to have a little play, if you're into your alcohol markers and inks as well, you could sort of like colour up to match the polka dots. You could take every third or fourth one maybe and
There's
colour
so
those
much you can do with the pom-pom.
They're bright white.
It really is. It's great.
Lovely. So that's the nursery option, and then the bicycle.
The bicycle one. A little bit more subdued with the colour, but a really good match there. I love that the bicycle is so crisp and clear in the design. Yeah. Okay, again, you've got your 3 options in there, so all in the bundle, your white, your polka dot, your bicycle, and your pom-pom
your pom-poms as well. See, the silhouette on the bike, that is so effective.
It's
and
good,
look,
isn't it?
You know, you've got a slightly different design on the bikes as well. You know, you've got your covered bike chain there, you've got your curved frame, you've got your straight racing. Look, even down to the dropped handle racing bars. It's everything about it. There's some real detail there. It's not just the same bike repeated. It's there's real interest there.
Yeah,
Love
it's nice, that one.
And then the vintage, which looks kind of like a coarse hessian, but it's this beautiful soft linen.
Yes, yes. That's right. It's one of our popular designs for Hochanda, and obviously these collections are exclusive for all you guys at Hochanda, so we'd like to bring exclusivity to you. And you've got the vintage one there, so you've got the wine labels.
Yep.
And then you've got the nice black linen. Okay.
Yeah, that's not just a black cotton, as you say, it's a black linen, so it's got that, again, got that directional, you can feel the seededness.
And then you've got the cotton reels, so it reminds me of my nan's sewing basket.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you see the old cotton reels there.
Yeah, look at that. Vintage is extremely popular. Half the stock gone on the vintage currently. Very, very popular indeed. Those old cotton reel ends, you know, when you have the paper, the paper label and the... Yeah, love it. All that history there. And then last but not least, this is Butterfly Garden.
Butterfly Garden. This is a heavier weight cotton. So again, it's got a lot more usage to it as well. So we can use it for doing cushions, like all the fabrics, but it is a little bit heavier. So if you wanted to do like a chair pad, which we'll show shortly, it's a good suitable fabric for that, but it's the 3 fat quarters with the blue to match, and then obviously the gingham.
And then that big print gingham as well. Oh, and then the pom-poms too. We've got pom-poms in all the sets.
All the sets get a pom-pom.
Absolutely, including the vintage. I might have forgotten to mention that, but yeah, all of the sets get 2 metres worth of pom-poms. Slightly heavier weight cotton here, the linen there for your vintage, and then all of the other cottons as we saw up until the haberdashery option. All the same item number, so it's 812358, and it's £11.99 for 3 fat quarters and 2 metres of pom-poms. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Top-notch quality fabric. Oh, what's the width on it as well, Joe?
Well, they are fat quarters, so a fat quarter bundle.
Fat quarters, of course they are. Fat quarter width, isn't it? I was thinking about the half metre and metre.
You were thinking of the organzas, weren't you? Yeah, it was confusing you.
In another world,
That's
Joe.
all right.
In another world.
Well, you have been hit by a giant pom-pom.
Was I attacked by a giant pom-pom?
Yeah, so I think, you know, that would confuse anybody.
Okay. That's fine, Susan. Right, let's move on. Sorry, who? Joe.
Yes.
Right. Right, so we've got our organza now. This is the dual option.
Yeah, the beautiful organzas. Can you remember the width now, Matt?
50-something inches?
50-something, that'll do.
Yeah.
54-inch width.
54 inch.
Obviously, the Mill Shop Online, we're renowned for our curtain and upholstery fabrics, so we have a lot of 54-inch width fabric, and we've got the beautiful organzas, and you get 4 colours in this dual section. They're all half-metre pieces.
Let me just hold them like this, because you can see the colour on air. If I just sort of get a bit more of it gathered up together, that is a lovely, lovely, light, delicate water sapphire blue. Beautiful colour of blue. You've then got your sort of pink-purple amethyst tone there. Magenta, that's a good one. And then you've got a sort of gold secondary colour to the green, which is giving it like a peridot edge. And then you've got your ruby red just on that there. You're getting all 4 colours on your dual option there. 805337 to order. It's £11.99 for your 4 half metres of your organza. There's a freedom price on them as well. It's £10.19 including delivery, I think, from memory. Yes, it is. Thank goodness. Right, I've regained all my self-respect on that.
There we go, we're back here.
OK, so the naturals option.
The natural is lovely. So if you've got a wedding coming up, you've got a party, a christening, really, really nice. Again, they look stunning, made in the organza pom-poms, you know, ribbons, which we'll show shortly, but a really, really nice feel. So you get your 4 colours in there, real natural feel to them.
Yes, it's stunning.
But again, they've got that shine to them, so they're really vibrant.
Yeah, that metallic edge. OK, so that's your naturals option, and then last but not least, you've got your pastels.
Your pastels here, Again, some lovely colours in there, just a little bit more subtle to the dual. We've got some 4 lovely options there. Again, obviously, they're all 54-inch width, OK, and half-metre pieces on there.
OK, so 4 half metres, 54 inches wide, whichever option you're going for, pastels, naturals or dual option. It's all the same item number, so there's only one number to remember or quote, 805337, and it's options under that number to get yours, and it's £10.19, including delivery. That's fine, Joe, you go. It's fine, I'll be fine.
Bye.
So, in fact, I'll go this way. See you later. Bye. So the cushions then, 805337 there for your organza. The cushioning says, do you know, these are so nice, these cushions. These are so good quality that you won't want to cover them. You won't want to cover them. They are such good quality, honestly. In fact, I'll grab a set for you now. £11.99 plus delivery to get your 18-inch cushions. Oh, Joe, do you think they're going to rebook us? Do you think
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure you pointed.
I hope so.
I'm sure you pointed.
Did I point?
Yeah, you went like this.
I didn't point anywhere. I didn't rewind the tape. I didn't point anywhere. Oh, appearing at the end of a pier next to you, near where you live, we'll be doing a summer tour.
We will indeed.
We're starting off at Weston-super-Mare, and we're just making our way northwards.
One man in shirt, one man in apron.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it's a good title.
I think that'd be all right. We'll be all over Saturday Night Telly, if it was the 80s. Right, so, Joe, where are we at? Oh, yeah, I wanted to show the quality of the cushion instead.
Yes. Yeah, it is a great product. They're nice and full. You know, you get a lot of cushions that are a little bit sort of lightweight and a bit sort of floaty, where these are nice and full cushions.
Yeah, they're so well made. I mean, I can't believe they're such good quality. You barely want to actually cover them.
No, they're really good. And obviously, a fat quarter is suitable to do the front of your cushion.
Okay.
Okay, so you've got plenty of fabric there to do the front of your cushion if you want to do some for your sofas or at home.
So get a coordinating fabric for the back, or back it with a plain, you know, but you've got whichever fat quarters bundle you're going for. That's, I picked up some fuser web there. Right, so high quality cushion inserts. Lovely stuff. Joe, what do you want to show us next?
Right, I know we touched on this in our previous show and we said we'd do more about the pom-pom organzas.
Yes.
I think you had a lovely pair of earrings, if I remember rightly.
Oh, gosh, don't remind me. Oh.
And you had a cold as well, so
Did
I was trying to look after
so it's
you.
obviously stuck in your memory there. Did I wear them?
We actually used a little pom-pom maker on that day.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to show people today is a really, really simple way of making pom-poms, okay? Nice and simple. 2 cardboard tubes, whether they're toilet rolls or from your wrapping paper from Christmas, a couple of cardboard tubes there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Post
all you need.
whatever it might be. So do they have to be quite strong?
They don't have to be. No, these are just 2 that I found in amongst Lily's crafting treasures. There's cardboard tubes everywhere. So. And what I've done with my organza, I've gone for one from the natural. Okay, I've cut it into strips, approximately sort of 2 to 3 inches width, into strips itself. Okay, here's some that I've cut earlier. And what we're going to do, we're actually going to feed it through the middle of the 2 tubes, okay, and just pinch it together, and we're going to start wrapping it around. As we're wrapping it around, we're twisting it at the same time, okay. The beauty of the pom-poms themselves, if you want a nice loose one, don't wrap it too tight. If you want it nice and compact and tight, then wrap it tighter. Okay, so we're literally just wrapping it round. As you can see, you come to a knot where I've just tied it together, nice and simple. It's not magically coming out of the ground, I think, this organza.
It looks like it is, doesn't it? Yeah. You've
So
got it
we're
pre-prepared underneath.
So nice and simple, wrapping it round.
If I ever need to escape from a hotel quickly and I need somebody to tie the sheets together, Joe, I know who to come to. Yeah.
There we go. As you can see, it's getting fuller. Okay. However wide you do it is the size of your pom-pom.
Yes.
Okay. Hence the large pom-pom.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
I think, what do you reckon, that'll be enough? We'll cut that one there.
So basically, we hope that'll be enough. We'll think that experiments at home. Try, you know, just see.
Just see.
Yeah.
You can do it as big, as small, as full as you like. Okay, what we're going to do, we're just going to tuck the end in underneath and pull it there, nice and tight. Okay. Get a small piece of organza. Just dropped one there. Okay. And we've got another strip, and what we're going to do with the other strip, we're going to feed it through the 2 cardboard tubes in the middle, pull it up.
Okay.
So you've got 2 strips there.
So where have you gone through? You've literally just gone through, underneath, between,
And then we're going to tie a little knot. Just 1 knot for now. Pull it reasonably tight. Okay. The little tricky bit, just pull the tubes out.
Okay.
Okay. Pull the other one out. Tighten your knot so you don't lose your organza. Okay, and put another knot in it so it doesn't fall to pieces.
Oh, Joe, that looks beautiful already, and you've not even just the way you've made
so
it.
Kind, aren't you?
No, that's true though. It's a
and we've got our little dicky bow.
Yeah, it's a beautiful bow.
Okay, I think it'll look quite nice.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's it. I've come first in ruining shows. Yeah, there you go.
So we've got our little our bow there ready. Okay, you can see the 2 sections there. We're going to grab our lovely tonic scissors. Let's use these.
These are
swapping in between.
They are big. These scissors are huge quality. A brilliant price at the moment. They're on a Freedom discount, so they're $26.24 with Freedom. They're very, 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 very good scissors indeed. The bottom of the screen to get those 17471. So that's going through multiple layers.
Here we are, and we're cutting through the layers there. Like I said, at the mill shop, we've experimented with these, and they're good. They're very good.
You know, every day using...
Okay, you can see it's starting to take shape. So I'm going to do the other side. Okay.
So you're cutting through the actual bit, the curve bit where it...
The curve,
looped round, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to turn it round. Just do that side. There we go, last few there. Snip it through. There we go, one more there, I think.
It's quite easy to spot where because it's just curved into, it's not sprung out.
There we go. We'll floof it up a little bit, a technical term. Okay, we're going to hang it up there. Okay, and then we've got our pom-pom. All we need to do now, trim it, bit of a haircut.
Yeah, like topiary, but for pom-poms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for your wedding, if anybody's got a wedding coming up, what we're going to do with it then, Matt, just to give you an idea what you can do, we've got a little chair here. So if I turn this round, I'm going to grab another little piece of organza. So this is 1/2 metre, 54 inches.
Yeah, of course, 54 inches
wide. A lovely little bow. Just a little bow on there.
This is a pastel colour, one of the pastels this is. Okay. One of the 4 that you would get.
Do that. Okay, I'm going to flip that out a little bit. We're going to get our little pom-pom.
What a dressing
and
for
then
a
we're going to do
or a chair. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Okay, you've got a little party coming up.
Yeah.
Like I say, a little christening, a wedding, or just want to really jazz it up for the friends coming round.
Yeah, how pretty.
Okay, there we go.
How lovely. What a beautiful finish to furniture and a chair and a chair decoration at home or at a wedding event. That is absolutely lovely, Joe, and so easy to do as well. The smaller pom-pom that I was showing earlier on, just a smaller tube.
That's right.
And then a huge tube. There we go.
And we've got a special one here as well.
Oh, look at that. How would you do one like that?
Well, this is beautiful. So what I've done, I've taken the one of the collections of fabrics.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the purple polka dot there. I've taken some of the organza and I've tied them all together.
Yeah.
And done the same thing, the same process.
Love that. Love it. So you can combine them. So when you're ordering your fat courses today, add on some organza because you never know what you might be able to mix and match with.
That's right.
So have a look. Just choose your favourites on the organzas. In fact, they're such good value today. Grab 2 sets maybe. You know, go for like the pastels and the jewels. The organzas, if you're struggling to make your mind up, in fact, I can show you the colours now. Joe, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll look at a picture of the organzas. This is how strong the colours are when they're all folded up. You know, when you can see them properly. You've got the jewel, the pastel, or the natural. That's the jewel set. This is now the pastel set, and then we've got the natural set, which is the golds and the bronzes and the white as well, the silver. So all 3 are available, and they're $10.19 including delivery to order now. 54 inches wide, and you're getting 1/2 metre of each colour. 805337 to order your lovely organzas. Mix them into your craft. You know, obviously use them with you know, heat tools and things like. Obviously, be careful, but we've seen our different guests using those and sort of melting them into card craft projects, but also sewing with them, mixing them into your embroidery, or pom-pom making like Joe's been doing today. By the way, your organza comes packaged like this. It's a really nice sort of minimal packaging, just with the little wrap round it there, like so, paper wrap. So yeah, Stitch the Dog, such a sweet little thing, Stitch the Dog, and so easy to do as well. So the question is, are you looking for your next little project? Are you looking maybe for a first project, potentially, to get you back into sewing or starting to make again? Is it a new year? Have you just discovered our channel and would you like to feel a part of it? You know, this is not something that you'd need years of experience or anything to do, or indeed massive amount of investment. It's literally $11.99 including delivery if you're with Freedom, $14.99 plus delivery if you're not, for a really cool project, and something at the end of it that you can say, giving us a little gift to somebody. It's a really nice keepsake. You've got different colourways for your choices on the fabrics. This is the haberdashery option that you're looking at now, and you get your different designs. You've got your polka dot here with the haberdashery, you've got your actual haberdashery fabric, definitely enough for the project and then some, and then you've got your fuser web, as well as your backing there for your ears to stiffen them up a little bit, and then just a small piece of soft calico to finish off, just for the behind. The toy stuffing is here, toy stuffing or wadding, for just the inserts. You even get your thread and the needle, so literally everything you need to start getting out there. Oh, I love that. Share your creations. You can see down on the bottom there. Photocopy or copy the pattern, laminate it, or whatever you want to do with it. You know, you can reuse it over and over again with different fabrics. A lot of people are going for the haberdashery option, but we've got so many others to choose from. Haberdashery approaching 80% of the stock gone. That's a lot gone. That could well sell out this hour. In fact, before the end of the hour, you never know. That's the haberdashery. You've got the poppy option next to that, and then you've got the red polka dot with the green, as well as the lovely poppies there. It's a beautiful floral, that. And then, moving on, you've got this gorgeous, sort of more plain, sort of slightly off-white calico-esque fabric with your sage green, as well as your floral, also with its greens and dusky pinks. After that, you've got the flower power, and it is a real boom, isn't it, of fireworks and explosion of colour, that, with your flowers. Lily's favourite, of course, that's Joe's 8-year-old daughter, and then you've got your Hochanda pink in there too. That's flower power, all to make Stitch the Dog. Next up, you've got Nursery, which is, do you know what, personally, I've got first choices here. I love the vintage, I love the bicycle, but for some reason, I'm finding Nursery really appealing just because it's different. Just 'cause I've never seen a cat peering through a polka dot before. I love it. And then the pigs as well, pigs and cats together. Who would have thought it? Literally anything can happen here. You've got your coloured polka dot there too. And then you've got your bicycle option. Vintage bikes with 3 different designs of bikes on there, I can count. You've got your mainframe bike there. You've got your drop crossbar there. You've got your racing style there. In fact, that's the 4th type there, is the closed chain, where you're not going to get sort of chain oil on your trousers then. Then you've got your polka dot and your white fabric. Over here, this is the linen option. You get a piece of black linen. Black linen. I can't remember the last time we had black linen on a show, ever. And then you've got your cotton reels and vintage designs there on your vintage fabric. This is a linen, although it looks like a really seeded Hessian. Or what's the other word for Hessian? It's burlap as well, if you're in the US or Canada. Hessian, also known as crocus in Jamaica. Then you've got your butterfly garden. Butterfly garden comes as this big print gingham in the purple. We like gingham style. We like that. We like the gingham. We like the gingham. It's good. And Joe's nodding. He said, "Yeah, it's nice." Is it good? It's a big print of gingham. Yeah, cool. That's all these different fabric options there on Stitch the Dog. 693334 is your item number to order. Stitch the Dog is $14.99 plus delivery to get the full kit. To make literally everything you need to make him. And he's also $11.99 including delivery if you're with Freedom to make him or her. Have a look at the website, because all of the different fabrics that we've just been through come to you in a fat quarter bundle for $14.99 plus a 2-metre trim of pom-poms. They're not $14.99 today, though. The best time to get them now is with £3 off, because you're getting 3 fat quarters and 2 metres worth of pom-poms. There are your different options. You've got things like your haberdashery, your bicycle, flower power, nursery, basically everything we've just been through, all available in fat quarters with your pom-poms. We're working with some of them next, actually, and that's the vintage set that we're working with. But just before we do that, Joe, we're very, very busy and very popular on our table protectors.
Yeah.
Explain what we're looking at, please.
Well, the table protector, we've had it before in the white, so we've brought 2 more colours in with the black and the brown, because I always find, although it's underneath, sometimes you just see that colour edge, so it's nice to have those options. It's a heat-resistant table protector matting, so we can use it for table runners, table mats, and also little crafting mats as well. I mean,
show us it in context.
For example, there you've got the flower power one there. Okay, so this is Lily's little crafting mat that she does her little lining, supervised by Dad, obviously.
Of course,
Okay, and underneath you can see the table protector there. So it's a heat resistant, but it is also non-slip.
Yes.
Okay, so once it's on your table itself, okay, it won't slip. So if I chuck it, should we try
go and try it. Yeah, it's not going anywhere, is it?
That was good.
Yeah. Goodness for that. Thanks.
So it's a great product. It comes in a half-metre piece.
Are you working on one today?
I am. This is my mat that goes with me most places.
Yeah, so it's heat resistant to the point that you can iron on it as well, like you just said. You know, obviously, So heat resistant if you wanted to make a project for putting a pot on, a hot pot or something onto, you know, a dining room table, so you're making coasters.
Yeah, so it's almost a centrepiece as well.
Okay.
Which we'll create one now, Matt.
Yeah, let's do it.
So in your actual, this is the vintage range, so this is your bundle. You would get your 3 pieces of fabric and your 2 metres. So again, it comes in a lovely little bundle like that. So we've taken the actual cotton reels design from the vintage range. which is a lovely linen. Okay, I love this one. It really do. It's probably my favourite out of all the vintage ones. It's just a really nice fabric. Yeah. So we've cut a little piece there, and we've also cut a little bit of a black table mat in to go with some pom-pom trim. Okay, we're going to use the pom-pom. So the first things what we're going to do is the lovely fuser web. So I've cut some strips earlier. Okay, nice and simple. We're going to run our fuser web down the side, so we're going to frame it to create like a hem, so there's no raw edge. Okay, so there's no sewing involved, it's nice and quick and easy. Okay, so we're going to cut it to size. I couldn't help myself to bring my scissors out there, could I?
Yeah, big pair of scissors.
Okay, the same here.
That's
you can play with those.
That's big blades. Sorry, I put them down.
That's all right.
No, no.
Okay, so we're going to fuse the sides in. Nice and easy. Down the sides. Okay. There's no wrong or right way of using the fuser web. Experiment with it. You know, keep it in your stash of crafts because you can use it for most things. Okay.
Just cut what you need. I mean, you get enough of it, I guess. You've got 2 metres worth of the fuser web.
That's right.
And it comes with the instructions as well.
It does as well.
You see it demonstrated. But
okay, so we've built it off. It's very hard to see, but you can feel it like a Gore-Tex on there, so it's a bit tacky. Okay, and we'll do the same on this side. Then we're going to create our side hems as such. We're going to turn it round. Okay, we're going to fold it over. Nice and simple. Okay, and we're going to iron that down. Okay, there we go. We'll do the same on the other side. There we go. Okay, and make sure we've got a nice line there. So it's nice. You can see it sticks straight away.
Yeah.
Okay, nice and easy there. We're going to do the ends as well. Okay, so we're literally framing it.
And you're not doing anything we can't do at home. I mean, this is, so far, you know, no sewing or anything. So if you literally are coming to this with 0 experience...
I love the fact that I love to show people, and obviously at the mill shop we've got a great deal of fabric for various projects, but I like the fact that anybody can do it. You know, anybody can use fabric. Don't be scared about fabric. You know, use it for different mixed media, for card making and all sorts of things. Okay, so we've got our side pieces. We're going to do the same process. Okay.
Ready to peel away?
Peel away. Obviously I've got my matting underneath. So I'm using it.
The heat-resistant mat.
Okay, so I haven't burnt your table, so we're okay.
Not at all, no.
Okay, again, we've done that. In so, last one. So we've created a little picture frame as such of the fabric. But as you can see, when I turn it over,
it should be nice and neat.
No raw edge. Okay. So it's a nice finish. We could use it like that. We could use it for something. You know, a little display, a little mat. But what we're going to do is use the table protector. Okay. So what I generally do with this one, I cut it just a few millimetres shorter than the actual fabric itself. The beauty of it is, because of the grid section on it, you can cut it down the line, so it's nice and easy. So I'm going to take it a little bit smaller. As you can see, it cuts really easy. Obviously with the beautiful scissors from Tonic.
Okay. They go through anything like
the brilliant
warm butter.
They're great.
Lovely scissors from Tonic. They are available on a freedom price at the moment.
Okay, so that's cut to size. We're going to take our beautiful pom-pom trim and a little bit of glue that we've all got in our craft kits at home.
Okay.
And we'll do
fabric glue, fabric glue specifically?
Fabric glue, use your fabric glue. Do a bead of fabric glue all the way around the leading edge. Okay. The nice sticky bit. That's where we peel it off our hands at the end of the day.
Yeah, I remember doing that back at school.
Okay. Okay, then we're going to get our pom-pom trim. With the pom-pom trim, just be careful. Don't start it in a corner because it's quite weak point then. So let's start it in the middle.
Okay.
So it doesn't fall off on the corners.
Nice tip, yeah.
Okay, so then we're going to bend it round. So literally, as we go... Okay.
And you know, with that bead of glue, fabric glue that you've put in a few millimetres in from the edge, you know with your pom-pom string that's going to leave distance for them just to come out at the edge.
Just come out a little bit.
So when you're putting your glue on, be mindful of the distance for your pom-poms. Don't put your glue too far into the frame.
No, that's right, Matt. So you experiment with it. Obviously, with the pom-pom trim, it's a nice size, so there's plenty there to glue to.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going all the way around. last corner. Okay, again, because we haven't started in the corner, it makes it a lot stronger. Come in there, just that little one there. I'm going to cut that off the end.
Made it.
There we go.
Okay.
Good catch. All right. Make sure all our pom-poms are out before we put our second bead of glue all the way around on top of your pom-pom trim. So not on, obviously, the pom-poms themselves.
Yep, yeah,
on the actual braid section. It's all the way around. Okay.
So they'll give you both sides eventually.
Both sides. Oh, one pom-pom wants to get inside there.
There's always one, isn't there? It reminds me of my rabbit Daisy.
Get rid of the glue. Then we've got our table protector. So always make sure that your honeycomb side,
the sticky bit,
is the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we've got the fluffy side there, we will get slippy, and this will protect your table.
Yeah, there's the inside to it. Okay. That's the bit that you want to expose.
So we're literally going to place that on. Perfect there. Just make sure it's on the actual glue strip itself. There we go. And then all of a sudden, let that dry.
There it is.
You've got your lovely little mat.
Yeah. And there's one that you made at home, of course. That's Lily's craft mat as well. So whether it's cut to size as a square, the whole point is with your table protector, you got the size on the roll to make it yours.
We will cut it in a continuous length as well.
Okay, so if you are ordering more, then because it is by the metre, isn't it?
By the half metre.
Or by the half metre, I apologise. I got that wrong a couple of months back as well. So yeah, by the half metre on the table protector, because it is such high quality as well. So it's amazing the fact that you can get all of that thickness and quality manufacturing. It's beautifully made, a whole half metre worth of it for £9.99, and it's 54 inches wide, so 54 inches that way.
So you've got your table runner. So you've got a nice width, you can do a full table run around.
Yeah, so buy the half metre, order more than half a metre, and it comes to you as a continuous piece. It's off the roll. 087608. Thank you so much, Joe. We're going to move back and have a little look at Stitch the dog as well. Now, very popular is Stitch. Have a look at the website, it's hochanda.com, for all the different options, like the Fuser web, like, for example, the organza as well. What else can we see on there? You've got the pom-pom trim with the pack quarters. Now, the picture there is just one of the options, and then you've got your cushion pads as well. They're either 18 inches or 16 inches for your cushion pads. The 18-inch cushion pad doing very, very well at the moment. It's very busy. And then you've got your wadding. It's also 54 inches wide. You get a metre's worth of that. The cushions, again, sorry to be really boring, but they're really good quality. I just know because we've upcycled and sold a lot of cushions at home, so I know that we've recycled and upcycled enough old cushions to know, and we've bought enough cushion inserts over the years to know a good one.
Well, we find, because obviously we use them a lot with all our soft furnishing fabrics at the mill shop, so we find that, like you said, you end up having to put 2 in to make it a bit bulkier, but you won't with these. They're a nice full thickness there.
Yeah, really, really good quality these are. So yeah, you get 2 either size, the 18-inch or the 16-inch cushion pads, and it's £11.99 plus delivery for the 18-inch and £9.99 plus delivery just down here for the 16-inch ones. Item numbers do differ. Just call us up and order the ones that you want. Yeah, Joe, just a real quick look at Stitch the dog. Then, what was the inspiration behind Stitch?
It's something that obviously always crafting with my daughter. You know, we're always making something different. We wanted to do a little something, a little bit more progression, because she's great with our crafting. It's a little bit that next step. There's a bit of sewing involved, but it's very, very simple. So we thought, right, okay, let's make our own. And we'd bought different kits, we'd experimented, and we always found there wasn't enough material in the kit.
Interesting.
So we wanted to put everything that you needed and not sort of scrimp on that as well. So.
Yeah, it's a really lovely project, great inspiration, lovely little story behind the scenes as well, Joe, of the family at home. And it's £14.99 plus delivery to get everything. £11.99 including delivery. If you're with Freedom, makes it even more of a, oh, go on then, why not? But when I say everything, I mean
everything,
that,
from the needle to the thread, everything.
Yeah, I mean, totally, you do not have to add anything to your order or anything out of the packet. Let's look at haberdashery going limited now, actually. On the haberdashery option, it's now limited, which means the last 10% of the stock is available, and you've got all these other options here too. And Joe, rather helpfully, you've given us these as fat quarter options too, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, so not only have you got the option to buy it in the kit, if you wanted to make some more, because like we said before, you know, photocopy your pattern.
Yeah.
Okay, you can then buy your bundle, and you can make some more of them as well. So you can really use that kit to its full advantage.
Details on the bottom of the screen then for your fat quarter bundle, where you get 3 fat quarters, and then you'll also get 2 metres worth of pom-pom. That's the haberdashery. It's just gone limited on the haberdashery. You've got the pom-pom option there as well, and then don't forget your poppy. Sorry, not pom-pom. Poppy.
You've got pom-pom on the brain.
Yeah, I have, haven't I? I've literally. If you weren't watching half an hour ago, I did literally have a pom-pom on the head. And there's the floral. There's the flower power. You love the flower power.
I do like the flower power, yeah.
It's a big favourite of the families. The nursery option, it's just the cheekiness of the cats and the pigs together, isn't it? And then the bicycles, they're all different designs of bicycles, so there's loads of intrigue in looking closely at the pattern. Your vintage option comes next. That's a proper linen, that is, with your black linen, and then the big gingham style there with your sky blue, as well as the butterflies and florals in your butterfly garden. Joe, this is your last show today.
It is, yeah, that's me done, so I'll pack all my stuff up and probably go home and make another stitch for Lily, and you know, that's my rock and roll life.
It does not stop, does it? It's good. It's a good life. So it's a life that hopefully you're living as well. You've got your Stitch the dog maybe, or your fat quarter bundle. Show us your makes, as it says on the instructions.
Yeah, we'd love to see that. We'd love to see all these stitches come alive.
Lovely stuff. Joe, hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, hopefully it's not longer than a few more weeks. We'll see Joe again. Bye-bye. Hey, it's the Tonic Dressable Weekend Wow coming up next. We're mixing it up with Indigo Blue. That's Kay. In fact, I don't know what she's got because it all sold out earlier. I think she might be on extended delivery. And then the one-day special coming up, final call at 5 p.m.